London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
You can call it je ne sais quoi, but they do like people who are on the radio, you know.
Sod. Hello, you. This is indeed Iain Lee. It's just gone 4 o'clock, man. What a great day I've had. I'll tell you about my day later on. I've had some highs, I've had some lows, some adventures. Let's just say it's been an adventurous day. If by getting Sky up in my bedroom and me not being able to park the car is an adventure, then that's 2 good adventures I've had. Big thanks to the Preve, who is now off to do whatever he does in the evening. Who knows what he gets to? What world of sexy mystery and crazy adventures he goes and has. But I'm sure he's going to have a good time. Always good to hear him. Man, we've got so much stuff to get through today. So let me just crack on with it. I've been thinking a lot about this, actually, the last couple of days. I have got this is male friends in particular, no male friends that are under 5'10". I'm 6'4". Let's lay my tall, lanky card on the table. I'm 6'4". I wouldn't mind being an inch and a half shorter. 6'4's a little bit too tall. It's a little bit too tall. And 'cause I'm quite skinny as well, it's a strange beanpole look. I am what I believe is called a daddy longlegs. A lanky streak of LBC is another phrase that could possibly be used to describe me. But I've got no male friends under 5'10". And I've been thinking about this. I don't like short men. I don't like them. I think they're weird. I think they're loud. They're attention seekers who are constantly just trying to make up for some deficit in their short, sad, lonely lives. It's short man syndrome. It's the technical medical term for it. Short men feel that they have to just do a little bit more, a little bit louder, and a bit quicker, and a bit better to, it's always short men that wear the Tasmanian devil ties and the Simpson socks. It's always short men that have Wile E. Coyote boxer shorts on. I don't get them. I think, have you got any short male friends? Give me a call and let me know. Can we find someone who's got the shortest male friend? And am I alone in thinking this? First of all, if you're on my side, if you think that short men are slightly obnoxious losers who just, they're trying to make up for the lack of height in their life, if you agree with me, would you give me a call? And let's see if we can work out. I don't quite know why I don't like them. I can't think of an actual reason, apart from the fact that they are a bit loud. They do try and be a bit wacky. That's not a reason to hate people, is it? If you agree with me that short men are obnoxious, 0870 90 90 973. Have you got a short friend? If I had a short friend, I would always be laughing at them behind their tiny backs. Every time they'd left the room, I'd make some joke about them being really wee. And obviously all short people, their nickname is lanky or lofty. Or, they're all something like that. Have you got a short friend? Do you know who I really want to speak to? Can I speak to a short guy? Are you a short man? Would you give me a call? Let me know how you cope. Obviously, David Prever copes on it depending on which country he's in. What? How do you cope with being a wee man? 0870 90 90 973. And ladies, I'm guessing all ladies like a nice tall gentleman. Surely you must do. No, we've all seen those freakishly tall women that are 6'7". Always a little bit scary. But surely every woman wants to be cuddled by a man who's bigger than them. If you're, 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", which is quite tall for a lady, the average for a lady, I suppose, you don't want to go out with a fella who's shorter than you. It's just not right. Give me a call. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. Donna is in the Southampton. Hello, Donna.
Hello, Iain.
Hello, Donna. You're very well spoken.
Thank you, Iain.
Pleasure. A little bit slow in your speech as well. You had any accidents?
Because I'm a bit nervous, actually.
Okay.
First time phoning you.
Hey, come on!
First time caller.
Can you, Donna, could you say for me, long time listener, first time caller?
Long time listener, first time caller.
Love it. I've always wanted someone to say that to me. I'm a big fan of that. Have you phoned anyone else here at LBC?
I have, actually. I phoned Clive.
Oh, gosh. That's a shame.
Several times.
Yeah, of course.
And no, that's it.
Clive was all right in the 1950s, but I think in the 21st century you need a little bit more get up and go, don't you? Anyway, Donna, why have you called in? What can I do for you?
It's really to talk about tall men and short men.
Yeah.
Now, I must admit, I absolutely love tall men.
And how tall are you, Donna?
I'm only 5'3".
Oh, yeah. See, now, to a gentleman, we like the shorter lady. 5'3" is a very sexy height for a woman.
Really?
I don't know why, but there's something very sexy about it. So what kind of heights do you go for? 6'1", 6'2"?
Well, my fiancé, he's 6'4", so I must admit, I do like tall men.
Yeah.
But a few years back, actually quite a long time ago, probably about 8 years or so, I went out with a young man, and he's very nice and all, really, really sweet.
Sweet?
Yeah, very sweet.
Yeah.
But he was like the same height as me.
Oh, man.
And
It
was, and to be honest, that was the thing that really kind of put me off, because we were walking in the park one day, we went to Bournemouth and was walking around in that park.
Oh, no.
And I just felt like a munchkin.
Yeah,
because everyone was so tall.
You want a man that can pick you up and can throw you on the bed and can smother you with his body, don't you, Donna? Is it true, very quickly, is it true, I've heard this said many times, that... I've got to be so... how can I say this technically and tastefully? That when you're lying down, you're both the same height. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Has anyone... Is that true? That when you're... I guess when you're making love, the height doesn't really come into it.
No, I don't suppose it does.
Donna, listen, thank you very much for getting that first cab off the rank. Short men, we don't need them. Can we introduce some law whereby... Let's get the definition of a short man. I suppose 5'10" is the cut-off point. If you're 5'10", you're tall. If you're 5'9½", you're short. Let's say that is the cut-off point, unless someone else can give me a better argument. If you're 5'9½" or below, you have to wear heels. Well, I think that's a good rule. I think that should be the standard. 0870 90 90 973, the telephone number. You can text as well, 0771 776 0973. But it's now exactly 4:13.
Iain Lee.
Hello, you. We're asking, what can we do with short men? We don't want them hanging around with us, do we? No, we don't, because they're loud, they're obnoxious, they're always trying to... They're attention seekers. Listen, regular listeners to LBC 97.3, my show, Clive's show, and many of the other shows on this station will have heard of Philip from South Norwood. Hello, it's Philip from South Norwood. Have you seen this TV programme? Philip's texted in, Iain, I'm 5'4". I always imagined him to be a tall gentleman. Are you short? How do you cope with it? And can we find anyone that likes short men? Let's go to Lorraine, who's in the Dorking. Hello, Lorraine.
Hi.
Hello, you all right?
Yes, thank you.
What can I do for you, Lorraine?
I just agree with you totally that short men to a tall man are really annoying.
How tall are you, Lorraine?
I'm 5'8".
Nice. Lorraine, turn your radio off.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay, just because it gets a bit confusing for everyone.
Okay. Okay, I'm 5'8". My husband's 6'4" and 3/4".
Oh, you see, perfect. That's the perfect height difference. Have you been out with any short men?
No.
And why is it? Because short men are always a bit cocky. They're always... We had a text from someone saying that short men are always the ones in the bars that are trying to do the chatting up. That are always got the drink in their hand and being a bit sleazy.
No, that is absolutely true. I used to sit down and absolutely dread someone walking up to me when they were about 4'11", and I'd think, oh, please don't ask me to dance.
Should we make them wear, Cuban heels and stuff just to give them that extra height?
Yeah, I think so, and I think they should wear a learner sticker on their back.
Imagine you're 5'8". Imagine if you danced with a man who was 5'3". How the hell? Obviously, he'd have a great eye line, but that doesn't work on the dance floor.
Somebody has asked me to take my shoes off before, and I said no.
Well, exactly. No woman should ever be asked to take her shoes off on the dance floor. That's ungentlemanly. And if there are short men out there asking that question, then shame on you. You can text in, by the way. It's 0771 776 0973 is the text number, if you want to do that. And email. I'll give out the email address in a minute. Let's get to Neil in the Epsom first. Hello, Neil.
Yeah, hi, how you doing?
I'm fine, mate. What can I do for you?
I was just going to make a point about the laying down thing. Now, I'm 5'11".
Oh, this is the thing. If a tall person and a short person lay down, they're both the same height.
Yeah. Well, how it works with us is that I'm 5'11" and my inside leg's about 31.
Right.
My girlfriend is 5'3" and her inside leg is 34.
What?
Down with the same height.
So that means about 3/4 of her body is it?
Yeah.
She's got a longer inside leg than you.
Yeah, by about 3 inches.
How the hell does that work out? I'm just going to draw a diagram of that. Hang on a second. I'm just drawing it. Right, that's you. This is not a very accurate diagram I'm drawing. I may post this on the web later. Man, she's a freak. She's all leg.
Yeah, she's all leg. I noticed it in a first one, a photograph that we had just taken together, standing up.
Yeah.
And her bum was higher than mine.
Wow.
But I was, still sort of 6 inches.
And how does that make you feel, Neil? Does it make you feel inadequate in any way?
No.
Good.
Not
Good.
really.
Good.
No.
Has she ever been out with? So she's 5'3". Has she ever been out with a short man?
She doesn't like short men.
Of course not.
She likes the sort of big hunky guys,
But she got lumber with you, did she?
You got lumber with me, unfortunately.
Neil, listen, mate. Thank you. Of course she doesn't like short men. No one does. No one does. Do you like short men? Okay, listen. This is the challenge. I want to speak to a short man, one of the shorts, and I want to speak to a woman, a tall woman, 5'8" and above, who actually goes for short men. A 5'10" and above, who goes for short men. 0870 90 90 973. And have you got a short friend in your group that you're always hanging around with? David Prever, well, I went in earlier on, was saying he's 5'8". Now, not being funny, he's out of the building now. He's not 5'8", he's about 5'4 and a half, isn't he? And he had heels on. Shame on him. Oh, God. Listen, we're losing listeners at tens per minute at the moment. I can only apologise. Another text coming saying, right, time to switch off the radio. We're going to lose a whole lot more now as we go over live to Croydon to speak to Vicky.
Hello.
All right, girl.
All right.
Hey, are you all right? You sound a bit down.
No, I'm fine.
A bit tired, a bit drunk?
No, I'm not drunk.
Hey.
I've got a bit of a sore throat.
Why was that?
I don't know.
Been shouting at the market. Been shouting.
I have 40p a carrot and all that.
40p a carrot?
No, 40p your carrot.
Oh right, so
your carrot.
Thank you for translating it into proper normal speak, Vicky. Vicky,
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3" and 3/4.
See, now that's a perfect height for a lady. That kind of 5'3", anything below 5'3" is a little bit too small.
Yeah, it's a bit
And
too
anything above 6 foot, get out of here. I don't want a 6 foot woman in my life.
See, I think women who are tall are quite freakish, really.
Yeah, no, you're right, they are.
Yeah.
As a man, I only, I'm trying to think, once in my life, I went out with a woman who was taller than me.
Oh my God, do they exist?
Yeah, no, she did. It was like sleeping with a bloke. Do you know what I mean? It was she was quite broad as well, and it was just weird. And it was just I can't go into detail, obviously, but it was unpleasant.
I bet it was actually.
Yeah. So you're 5'3" and a half. What you're about to become single, aren't you? We advertised on the show yesterday for you.
Well, I'm sort of kind of semi-single. Is there any had any more interest?
Sorry, semi-single, and that means
semi-single.
What?
Well, it's difficult. I kind of I'm not really seeing someone, but
you haven't dumped him yet. You're seeing him purely for physical contact.
No.
Good girl, Vicky. We always get a load of texts saying, "Oh, who's that bit of rough? I like the sound of her." But so, are you a fan of the shorter man or the taller man?
Well, I married a shorter man.
Not shorter than you.
No, he was the same height as me.
Oh no, that's weird.
It was a bit.
Why did you do that?
The person that I'm seeing at the moment is 6'1", so
nice
it's
one.
quite cool.
Nice one.
No,
yeah,
but no, I don't know why I married him.
Obviously, you're not with him now.
No.
It was the height, the lack of height, any reason for the breakup without prying too much?
No, it had nothing to do with it at all. But what you say about them being a bit leery and being a bit, a bit pervy is true.
Well, hang on, a bit pervy?
Yeah, when they're going out on the pool.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah. Did he have a Tasmanian devil tie?
No, he didn't. He didn't have anything like that. He had a magic roundabout T-shirt that he used to wear.
There we go, because he's a little bit wacky, because he's tiny. Did you not feel weird, two tiny people, like yourself and your husband, walking around, because you know that people are going to be laughing at you?
Yeah, no, I did sort of laughing at me, that's a bit mad.
Well, you noticed, I thought I'd snuck that one past you. Damn you, Vicky.
No, you never get one past me, matey, I always hear them.
Well, if you don't, you sometimes I do, and you don't hear them until you listen to the podcast, but never mind.
I'm always on your podcast.
I know, because you're our big selling point.
Aren't I? Really?
Yeah.
But you always criticise me and say people are going to turn off when I ring and I'm such a chav and stuff.
Hey, listen, people are turning off in their droves this week, Vicky. It doesn't matter. What we want to do is we want to reset the clock, lose all of the listeners, and then start getting them back again. That's my plan, I think.
Yeah.
Vicky, listen, we've got to move on. Thank you very much for that. 0870 90 90 973. Everyone agrees with me. We don't need the short gentleman. We don't need them. Okay, you're married to a short man. On the purely practical level, who's going to get the box from the top of the cupboard? One of you's going to have to stand on a chair. And that's just not safe. It's official. Short men are a hazard in the home. And they're a bit pervy. It's official. Can we speak to some shorts? Can we get if you're a short, give us a call. If you can reach the phone, give us a call. 0870 9090 973. You can text in as well. We've got a load of texts, which we'll do in a minute, on 0771 776 0973. We will have more of your calls, more of your texts, and your emails after this.
Iain Lee.
It's getting controversial. Graham sent in a very controversial email, which I'm questioning whether I should read or not, but because it's me, I'm going to read it. Iain, we should have apartheid. All short people should go to the back of the bus and not be allowed to mix with tall people. From Graham. Controversial. Not saying I agree with all of these. Very quickly, Iain, I'm 6'3". I don't like short guys either. This is Sahib from Catford on the text. They seem to get drunk more and are generally more annoying. All of your calls, your texts, and of course your emails after the latest LBC 97.3 news.
London's LBC 97.3. Iain Lee. 0870 9090 973.
For the third time this week, I'm switching off as Iain Lee is so inane. This slot has got worse and worse since Henry Kelly left. Back to Ferrari, though. What's your favourite Brussels sprout? And we're getting a couple of texts saying things like that. I'm guessing they're from short people. I'm guessing they're from wee gentlemen. And they can't stand this attack. So they're going, which is good. I don't want short men listening to the show. I don't want you. Just stand up on a chair, flick the radio over to London Live and get lost. There you go. Simple as that. Not you, Helen. Sorry, I was looking directly at you as I said get lost. I didn't mean that at all. Helen behind the glass there who's doing an excellent job. Short blokes, there is no need for them. They should either be forced to wear stilts, Cuban heels, or they should, I don't know, the Isle of Wight? That'd be a good, wouldn't it? 70. Or send them to Beaconscott Model Village. Have you been there? Whatever is a model village near Beaconsfield. They'd fit in right there. We have yet to speak to. This is what we're after. Ideally, before the end of the show, I want to speak to a wee man who's wee and proud of it. And by wee, we're saying 5'9.5" is the cut-off point. Above that, you're tall. Below that, you're short. That's the cut-off point. But also, I want to speak to a woman who likes short men. A woman who's 5'9" and above, thereabouts, who likes short men. Can you give us a call? 0870 9090 973. I've got a load of texts and emails. We'll do doing this new show at this time of the day. There's lots of other business that we have to fit in, like the news and the travel and stuff like that. So we're still, trying to work out where we should put the emails and the text. So if you do email and text in, I get to read them all. I may not read them all on air, but I will get to read them all. And we will read some of that later on, I promise. NG is in Gants Hill. Hello, NG.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I've got a friend. He's 5'5", but he's got a wonderful personality.
He's 5'5", he's got wonderful... Well, is he a bit wacky?
He's got a good job, and he's got lots of money, and he's got no problems in finding girlfriends.
I bet he would, because he's got lots of money, that's why. They don't like him because of his height, they like him because he's wealthy. And he's wealthy because he's a tiny man who's pushed and pushed and pushed because he hasn't got any of the luxuries of being tall, and he's had to prove himself somehow.
Well, but on the other hand, he's successful, but he's a nice person. I'm 4'11". I'm Chinese.
Yeah.
And I like tall men.
You like tall... Well, you're 4'11", you're a lady.
Yes.
But that's... Well, I would say 5'1" is the cut-off point for ladies, to be honest.
Well, unfortunately, I can't change my height.
You could get heels.
Use my height towards my advantage.
Yeah. But you like tall men. How tall... Would you consider 5'5" to be tall, NG?
6'4". I've had 2 6'4" boyfriends.
You've had 2... Hang on a minute. You're 4'11", they're 6'4". How does that work?
Well, the thing is,
you can't be the same height when you lie down.
We like each other very much, but on reflection, I think it's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Honestly, when we look in the mirror or we pass a shop window, I see my own reflection. I say,
yeah, that's silly, isn't
it? More average height.
NG, do you think that these 6'4" boys you're going out with were going out with you? How do I put this delicately? Just for the thrill of going out with someone that short, did they find a 4'11" woman quite sexy?
I think so.
Did they?
I think it's a personality. I think it's a chemistry. It's a lot of other things.
Did they get you to dress up at all?
I think so. Yeah. And this theory about opposite attracts.
Yeah.
Yes.
You reckon so?
Well, that's all I can say.
But Angie, you would consider any gentleman, tall. Over 5'1" is tall for you.
No, I'm not. I don't see myself as short.
Would you? Well, you are.
I've got a big personality.
Yeah, but you are short.
Yes, I'm short. Stature-wise.
But for women, that's fine. Listen, for women, we applaud the short women. All tall gentlemen, we want to look after you and cuddle you and maybe dress you up a bit. But you Would you go out with someone who's 5'3"?
No, I'm not attracted to them.
Of course you're not, because they're short men. It's as simple as that. Even short women, and 4'11", however big the personality, that's tiny. That's we. You can put that in your pocket. So many complaints. Stuff them. Even a 4'11" woman does not like short men. No one does. I'm not. Oh, isn't he being controversial? No, it's true. Absolutely true. Think about it. Your normal height, okay? Have you got any short friends in your group of acquaintances? No. You wouldn't phone up your best short friend, Stumpy Steve, who's 5'2", to get him to come round and play a bit of Xbox. If you would, then give us a call. Oh, Samantha's in the L's Court. Hello, Samantha.
Hi, Ian.
We know what you wear in bed, and we like it. We've had so many emails yesterday, and I've got a request from about a dozen gentlemen. Could you say the word panties again, Samantha?
Panties?
Thanks very much. That'll do. We've got that clipped. We'll have that. Samantha, what can I do for you? We had so many requests for that. I'm sorry, I had to do it. What can we do for you, Samantha?
I'm a little hurt, Ian.
Why?
You said any girl shorter than 5'3" is too short.
Uh-oh. What have I... No, I don't... I think... Did I say 5'3" or did I say 5'1"?
You said 5'3".
Yeah, go on. How tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
Oh, man. Yeah, you're borderline, though. I think you could... You know what? I just don't want to upset NG. Anyone below 5 foot is, you know, it's a little bit freakish, isn't it? 5'1" we can go with, though, I think.
But tall guys like short girls.
This is the thing. This is absolutely true. My first girlfriend... When I was like 16, 17, I was a late developer. She was 5 foot.
Mm.
And it was kind of sexy. You know, it kind of all worked.
And I think they like it because I can wear, you know, like 2.5, 3-inch heels and still be
tiny.
Yeah.
But so, do you like... of course, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you like short men?
Well, basically, 5'6", 5'7" is still kind of tall to me.
Yeah, it still counts as short in the rest of the world, though.
But I think I generally like 5'11",
yeah.
And I've dated guys who are 6'4".
The guys that went out with you were 6'4". Were they going out with you because it was a bit of a kick going out with someone who's 5'1"? It's a little bit not pervy, that's wrong, but it's a little bit sexy.
Well, I think they probably like that because the whole protection thing and being able to. Yeah. How
tall is your boyfriend now?
5'11".
So he's I would still consider him to be short of 5'11", but I'm going to let him be in the tall gang with me. But supposing a 5'3" guy who was the nicest guy in the world and had, apart from his height, was everything that you would normally go for. Supposing you kind of fell in love with him, would you be able to go out with him?
Well, I would, but the thing would be he would have to be. I wouldn't like him if he was really boisterous. He would have to be kind of shy and sweet and cute. And
there are no short guys that are like that. They're all a little bit obnoxious. It's true, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
You're sitting on the American fence again, Samantha. But thank you very much for giving us a call. What was that email about the Gene Simmons interview? This is very close to my... Ian, where can I find your Gene Simmons interview? I couldn't see it on iTunes or the LBC site. That's from Julie. It should be on there. Agent Chris has given me the thumbs up. I must admit, I had a look for it yesterday. I couldn't see it. But I don't quite understand the whole iTunes podcast thing. If you're near a computer now, can you go to iTunes, go to the podcasts and see? There should be a podcast for Monday and Tuesday show on there. And there should be the exclusive to the podcast for the moment, Gene Simmons' uncut interview that I did last Wednesday. Could you go and have a look for us? Oh, and another... let's do the business now, shall we? Let's get all the business out of the way. If you're watching on Sky, channel 927, could you give us a call or text in and let us know what it says on the blue screen? You should have a blue screen, channel 927, real life, real London. Favourite place in London? Leicester Square, proper busy. Let us know, I love that. Let us know what it says as the description of the show and what the title is. It should say the 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show, but I've got a feeling it may not. I got my new Sky Plus box today. 160, 80 hours of pure Sky Plus. They put Sky Plus up in the bedroom for the first... And Fifi, the girlfriend, was saying, no, I don't want it in. Well, I'm going to work now. I do not want Sky Plus in the bedroom. And the bloke said, I'll do it for you for free. And I was like, yeah, go on then. So I've got it. My girlfriend's going to come home this evening, and she is going to go mental. Absolutely mental. I may have done the worst thing ever by getting that. I don't know. Anyway, we're talking about short men. 0870... 9090973 on the text here. Ian, I'm quite tall, but because I do boxing, I actually look shorter. How does that work? And I like short people because they are easier to fight. Well, of course they are. Ian, I hate short people under 6 foot, but I love midgets, says Jamal. I call short men compact men, from Nadia from Ilford. Why are short men always so aggressive, says Milan. Ian, I can think of worse than just short people. Short people with beards and a side parting. And Danny says, you tall freak, we are coming to attack your knees. Bring it on, midgets. I'll just stand on your head. That's how you fight a midget. You just push them away. Hold their head at arm's length. They can't get anywhere near you. If you want to text in, it's 0771 776 0973, but it is now exactly 4:43, and of course, it's 30 seconds.
London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour, 4 till 7, Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
Am I better than Clive Bull?
Yes, darling, you're better than Clive.
Good night.
Hello, you. This is the... hang on, we get it right. Nearly got it wrong. Let me take another run up to it. The 3-hour, 4 till 7, Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. And thank you to everyone that's emailed in and texted in to tell me that's exactly what it says on Sky Channel 927. Thank you. We need to get these things sorted out. It's all done by a computer, and you can never trust computers. Now... do you want $5,000? I haven't got it for you. Just before, in case I've done some legal thing there where you can actually get $5,000. But you've been hearing the trails for the Mystery Londoners competition. It starts this coming Monday the 10th. All you've got to do is identify the famous Londoners saying LBC 97.3. I say all you've got to do. It's a little bit tricky, but it's worth having a crack for $5,000, surely. Surely. If you want to go to Portobello and buy loads of clothes and things, wouldn't you? Or go on a big swanky holiday with all your mates? You have to call the Mystery Londoners hotline. The number will be advertised on LBC towards the end of this week. I'm sure it'll pop up. The more times you call, then obviously the more chances you'll get. 5 names for $5,000. It's as simple as that. Mystery Londoners on London's LBC 97.3. We're talking about short men. There's no need for them. Let's get rid of them. Steve is near Grays. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Iain.
Steve, hello.
Not moaning about your Sky Plus because if it's in your bedroom, it's your fault, not mine.
Is this my Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, God, this is the fella who came and put the Sky Plus in today. Steve, well, very, very quickly, I shouldn't be doing this because I'll get told off, but don't matter. I've still not got all the channels on the box downstairs.
I'll sort it tomorrow.
God bless you, sir. Now, Steve,
right,
you're a tall fella. You were on my roof banging around this morning.
Exactly. I mean, I'm 6'4". There is a little bit of a problem with going out with short women, and I normally knock off about a foot shorter at the moment.
You knock off about a foot shorter? What does that mean?
Well, about 5'4" is about shortest they go.
Oh, you wouldn't go below that?
No, because when you're kissing, you have to bend over too much, your back hurts, and then dancing you look like a complete idiot.
Well, it is bad for your back. And the thing is, well, if you're going out with I've done this, you go out with some of these 5'2", 5'3", they look obscenely young, don't they? There's always that thing, you know, cradle snatcher, even if they're the same age as you, it looks a bit weird.
Well, my wife's 3 years older than me. Everybody seems to think she's younger than me because she's only 5'4", and it just does freak me out a bit.
But is it... Now, listen, without getting too intimate at this time of the day, there's something quite sexy about a woman who's 5'3", 5'4", isn't there? I don't know what it is.
You got the whole being able to lift them up situation as well, which is always a good thing.
It is... Steve, you're a big fella. I'm sure you could lift most people up if push came to shove. Have you got any friends, Steve, that are short men?
Yes, I have.
And do you hang out with them a lot, or do you...
No, they do come under the old category of geek, normally.
Yeah, exactly. They're geeks. They're always a little bit weird, aren't they? Steve, listen, mate, thank you very much for that. I shall give you a call tomorrow. He came and put the Sky Plus in today. He's a top fella. I won't go into it, but he's a top fella. Did a lot of good stuff. I'm going to get in trouble from Fifi for putting the telly upstairs. No, I'm in big trouble. Becky's in the Loughton. Hello, Becky.
Hello.
Hello, Becky. Are you all right? What can I do for you?
Yeah, I'm fine,
Good.
thank you.
Good.
I'm 5'10". I've got a bit of a problem with what you've been saying.
What have I been saying that's giving you a problem?
You've been saying that every girl over 5'5", is it? It's a bit too tall.
No, not over 5'5". No, listen, because again, my Fifi is probably about 5'10". I'm saying any woman over 6 foot is a freak. That's definite. Any woman under 5'2", apart from Samantha and Nels Court, is too short. 5'10" is kind of borderline, really.
Borderline? I think it's quite nice.
Why?
Well, it's nice.
Why?
Because all the clothes are designed to fit.
Because of all the clothes
and the girls. It's nice.
Becky, do you go
to the petite section?
Okay, 5'10". I will give a thumbs up to a 5'10" lady.
Okay.
Do you go for short men though?
No, absolutely not.
Of course not. No one does.
Short man syndrome.
How do short men get any action? Because we've had so many emails and complaints from short men saying this is offensive. You're being obnoxious, and I'm going to make a complaint. Well, that's because they've got a problem with it.
Well,
how do they get any action?
It does tend to be a bit of a chip on the shoulder.
Yeah.
But I'm tall, so.
Becky,
I can't say that.
Becky, I'm glad you're tall. 5'10" is all right. Any woman above 5'6", no thanks. You might as well go out with a bloke. You know, they're kind of, because they're 5'6" and broad. No woman over over 5'10". Over 10, I can't speak today. It's been a weird day. No woman over 6 foot is going to be particularly feminine, surely. If you disagree, 0870 90 90 973. Ian, you can't be cruel to us short people. We're a significant proportion of your listeners, says Clive. Zara says, I agree with you 100%. I'm 5'7", and when short men approach me, I feel sick. Tall men are just so much more sexy. All women want are a man to be a man, not a midget. Ian, is 5'8" short? My missus calls it stocky, so there. From Paul. No, 5'8" is short. Anything below 5'9.5" is short for a man. Personally, Ian, I rather like short men. Indeed, I find them really sexy, and have been known to participate in the odd bout of gentleman and gentleman with vertically challenged men. From George and Ealing. Give me your calls about short men. What do you think of it? I want to talk to some more short men. And a woman that finds short men sexy. Also, after 5 o'clock. If you moved away from home, you go back and you stay with your mum, does she still treat you like a child? Hey, listen, mums are the best. I'm not knocking mums at all. I love my mum. She's great. How long, though, can you stay at your mum's? If you've moved out and you go back for a bit, how long can you stay with your mum before going mental? How many times as a 32-year-old man do I have to be told to get my feet off the furniture and turn that light off? I'll take more of your calls, texts and emails after this.
Did you see the story in the paper the other day? An 80-year-old woman answered the door to a man who told her she needed her roof fixing. He said he'd do the work for £3,000. Well, when he got up on the roof, he then said a lot more work was needed, and the poor woman ended up giving him nearly £10,000. But I said to myself, someone should do something about that sort of thing. And now someone has.
If you're a homeowner aged 60 or over, Houseproud from the Home Improvement Trust and most London boroughs could make home repairs worry-free. We'll give you information on the work, help you find a good builder, check it when it's finished, and even help you find ways to finance it.
That should keep a few old ladies out of the paper. And if you're a cowboy builder, well, the game's up for you, old son.
Houseproud. Just call 0800 783 7569.
Iain Lee. The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee afternoon wireless show.
Always too quick. Darren's in the Bromley. Hello, Darren.
Hello there, Ian.
Darren, what can I do for you, sir? Now, Darren, before you go, just to say something to me, Darren.
Yes.
You sound like a short man. You've got a short man's voice. Oh, bless him. He's got a short man's voice. He's only wee. Am I right? Don't tell me you're 6 foot.
I'm 5'5" and proud of it.
Oh, bless you. No, you're not, but well done.
I can't believe how prejudiced you are. You're being shortest.
Yeah, definitely. We don't need them. We don't need them.
Oh, get out of it. My mum always told me all good things come in small packages.
It's wrong, though.
It's not. It's right. You're tall and gangly, and I could knock you over with a feather.
You could. Hey, listen. I will admit, I could do with being an inch shorter. I'm a little bit too tall, and I'm quite gangly and lanky, and that's a whole different skillet of fish. Because you could be right there. But yeah. 5'5", Darren.
Hey?
5'5".
5'5", I'm proud of it. I'm not the one who's always getting his feet trod on, or I'm not the one who gets the sunburn the first. You know?
Darren, what's it like never having a girlfriend?
Get out of it. I've been married 12 years, mate. And
how tall is she?
Eh?
How tall is she?
She's 5'1.5".
Ah, so she's wee as well. She's borderline freakish, but let's not even go there. So Darren, do you have friends?
I have lots of friends, mate. Yeah. Lots of friends.
Are they normal height?
I've got friends who are similar height to me. I've got friends who are lanky.
Okay, Darren, have you got any friends that are shorter than you? Do you have short friends?
I have.
Really? What's the shortest friend you've got?
I've got a friend called Simon who's about 5'4".
Do you hang out with Simon that often, though, or is it just out of sympathy?
I don't actually. I don't see him as much as I like to.
Of course you don't. Do you hang out with Simon just so that you feel tall? Seriously, is that the reason?
No, it's not at all. I don't even think of myself as short.
But you're tiny. I could fit you in my pocket.
I'm huge, mate.
Well,
huge.
No. So how do you feel? Because people are going to be pointing at you and saying, "Look at the wee man, oh wee man, hey wee man, come and dance for us." How does that make you feel?
It feels great. I tell you, I'll give anybody a show anytime.
And Darren, how many Tasmanian Devil ties have you got?
None at all.
I'm not convinced by that. bless him. But he had a touch of the short man syndrome, a little bit too much exuberance, a little bit too much excitement about the whole thing. Listen, we're getting texts and emails saying the Gene Simmons interview is on the podcast. At Rapture X, my podcast correspondent, and many other people are saying if you go to the iTunes podcast webpage thing, there are 2 webcasts for Tuesday. One of them is Monday's show, and one of them is Gene Simmons' interview, the full, uncut, 25 minutes Gene Simmons interview. We won't play the whole thing on the radio next week. We're going to play bits and pieces of it. We're going to drop in little bits and pieces, but we're not going to play the whole thing. And also, yesterday's show is on there now as well. So go and have a look. It's a little bit confusing, but it kind of makes sense. Still taking your calls in the next hour about short men. I'm not convinced by it. I wasn't convinced that he enjoyed being a short man. There was a sense of sadness in his voice. And also, if you've moved away from home, maybe you've gone to college and you spent the summer back at home, or, you know, I'm a 32-year-old man. Every now and then I go and stay with my mum. I love it. Absolutely love it. For 3 days. After that, it gets hard work, doesn't it? I'm 32. Do I really need to be told to get my feet off the furniture? Do I really need to be told to go and do the washing up? Do I deserve a clip around my ear because I've left the kitchen light on? I don't think so. Or maybe you secretly love being mothered. Maybe you're one of those people. You live away from home, but you can't get back home enough because you want your mum's Sunday roast dinner. You want your mum to come and tuck you up in bed. Give me a call, 0870 9090 973. When you stay with your mum, does she still treat you like a child?
London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
Iain Lee, sponsored by Cherry Drop.
Is this Clive Ball phoning me up?
Who's Clive Ball?
Hello, you. This is Iain Lee on In the Afternoon. How the hell are you? I've got a lovely cup of tea. Would you excuse me for a second? May I have a slight indulgence? You can't beat a good cup of tea. And Agent Chris knows how to make a darn fine cup of tea. We're still taking your calls on short men. And it is short men. Short women are hot and sexy, pretty much. 4'11" is a little bit too short, though. What's the borderline for the dwarf, a midget? I think it's 4'11" is the line, I think. Ugh. We've yet to find a woman who likes short men, and we've only spoken to one short man, and I think he summed up my argument quite accurately. Just he was a little bit too loud, a little bit crazy. Both his wacky thumbs aloft. So I think your call's on that. We're also asking as well, staying at your mum's, or maybe your mum coming to stay with you. We've got a few texts on mums coming to stay with you. When you move away, mums are brilliant. This is not a knocking mum's thing. My mum will be listening. Mum, I love you. You're the best mum in the world. We had a brilliant Sunday at mum's. Cooked her roast dinner. It was lovely. It was her birthday. Really nice day. But if I go back and stay with my mum any more than 3 days, it gets hard work. For her as well as for me. Because I kind of revert to being a slightly obnoxious 15-year-old idiot. And she reverts to being, you know, the mum of a 15-year-old idiot. Get your feet off the furniture. Go, turn that light off. Will you turn your radiator off? What are you? Will you do your hair? You're not going out like that. You get all of that. I'm 32 years old, for God's sakes. Are you like that? When you go home with your mum, go and stay with your mum, or maybe your dad. I think it's mums more than dads. Dads are a little bit more laid back. But when you go and stay with them, does your mum tell you off, even though you're an adult? Even though you're 22, you're at college, you're 32. I've got a flat, I've got a mortgage, you know, I've got a job. I still get told off by my mum. Does your mum drive you insane the longer you spend at her home? And if your mum, we've not had a mum come and stay at our flat yet, because it's all a mess, and it's, you know, I want her to come and stay when it's all done and it's all nice. But if your mum comes and stays with you, and your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever, does she start telling you off in your house? Does she start laying down the law in your house to the point where you have to go, right, Mum, this is my house. You can't tell me what to do here. And can we find the oldest person still living with their mums? You hear this kind of the thing with house prices being so expensive. Everyone's in debt. Everyone is staying with their mums longer. Can we find the oldest person who still lives with their mums? You can give us a call on this, 0870 9090 973. Vicky in Dartford has texted him. My mum called me on my mobile at midnight to tell me she was waiting up for me. Well, Agent Chris was saying when he goes and stays with his mum, bless him, he's only young. Are you 24? 25. What does this mean? What are you holding up? What, you're 10? He's 10 years old? He's 25. That when he goes home, his mum quite often wakes up for him. Yeah, because he goes out around Cardiff looking for Charlotte Church in the car or whatever, and his mum wakes up for him. Iain, my mum stayed with me, and after 3 days, I asked her to leave. What a nightmare! She treated me like a kid, and I'm nearly 30. Never regret again. From Greg's Missus in Kent. I don't know who Greg Missus is. I'm sure she has a name of her own. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. You can text as well, 0771 776 0973. Going back and staying with Mum, how long can you do it before it gets a bit mental? And does your mum tell you off? But we are talking about short men as well. Sue is in the Ilford. Hello, Sue.
Hello, you.
Hello, you. How are you, Sue?
I'm okay. I don't know what's been said, because I did switch off for 10 minutes.
Sue, may I ask why you switched off?
Because I got out of the car.
That's okay, as long as you weren't going to London Live or anyone like that. We don't mind. No. They're rubbish, aren't they?
I don't know, I've never heard of it.
Good. No, and I won't say it again. I'll get told off for mentioning it too much. So what you called it about being... You're not short, are you?
I'm 5'4".
That's sexy. That's a sexy height on a lady.
Okay, but for you mean?
Yeah.
Because my argument was not really an argument. It says that you're 6'15" or whatever.
I'm 6'4", but yes, I get your point.
Right. So anyone under 5'9" to you is short.
No. Any man under 5'9.5" generally is considered short by most of the Western developed world.
No, because me then, a 5'9" or 5'8". My boyfriend's 5'8". Actually.
He's tiny then.
No, he's not.
Compared to the majority of people. So of course, move around a bit because your phone's breaking up. But compared to the rest of the world, compared to normal men, he's a wee fella. We're all laughing at him in the toilets.
No, but to me, you are freaky. You're a freak.
Hey, all right, calm down, love. Let's calm down. But you must realise when you're out with this so-called fella, I don't necessarily believe you actually got a fella, but this 5'8" gentleman, that when you're out with him, you must notice every other man is tall. The only people shorter than him are people who work in circuses and children.
No, you're not going to get me on this one because he is...
Wouldn't you rather, Sue, have a 6'4" muscular man who can throw you down on the bed, rip your clothes off, and take you to places of passion that a 5'8" midget could never do?
No, I wouldn't go for a tall man. It's just unnecessary.
Why is it unnecessary?
It's a waste of person. Yeah. Anything over 5'11".
I like that phrase. It's a waste of person. That's a good name for a show. Iain Lee, a waste of person. That's nice. It's Mario in the Wilson. Hello, Mario.
What's happening, Iain?
Hey, man, how's it going? You all right?
I'm good, you know, but boy, you're hating on the short men, them. I ain't short yet, but I got a few short friends, and I find them quite useful. Do you know what I mean?
In what way are they useful?
They are useful. You know what I mean? Some of them are like mechanics and that.
They're good for getting into tiny places. If you need to get something out of the attic, you can just shove them up there. And they'll get it quickly. They scutter around like a rat.
Christmas tree, you know what I'm saying? As a fairy or something. No, but I do find, like, you're saying that about, you know in Jamaica they've got a saying, yeah, that small axe cuts down a big tree. And you know what I mean? You don't hate on the short man then. You know what I mean? I've got to defend them. The thing is I've never been out with a taller girl than me. I'm 6 foot, yeah.
No, it's a weird thing, Mario. Don't do it. You won't enjoy it.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know...
Short women are really sexy. 5'3", 5'4", beautiful.
No, definitely. But, you know, the thing is sometimes you do that and you see some of them short guys, like, they're really annoying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're just a bit loud.
No, they're a bit like, but the thing is you can't vouch for all short men.
Yes,
like
you can. All of them.
My friends are quite constructive, and they're short still.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're useful because they're mechanics. They've got skills. They can do things like that. Yeah. But you wouldn't want to hang out with them in a bar.
No, well, this is one of my mates who's short. Yeah, he's a guy that we will ride together, like. But the only problem is he's a wicked rider. Yeah.
He's a wicked rider.
When he stops.
Gay? What?
No, he's a bike. He's got skills on his motorcycle. Yeah.
Because do you know why he's doing that, Mary? He's got skills on his motorcycle to make up for the fact he's tiny. He's doing it because he's so tiny. It's the only way he's ever going to get any attention. That's why he's got some wicked skill. He's a wicked rider. Mary, we're going to move on, so we're going to the break. Thank you. It's good to talk to you. I'm glad you found the show. Don't forget, this is my new slot. For all the angry old women who've been texting in, This is it, I'm afraid. This is my slot. Where do you go? I want you to do that, don't want you? Tough. I'm here. It's my slot. They ain't going to sack me. I've got a year contract at the very least, so get stuffed. More of your calls, your texts, and your emails coming up. It is now 5:14. Oh, look at that. Exactly.
Iain Lee.
Iain, let me read this text from Dave from Brentwood. We've had a lot of texts suggesting this. Talking about short men. Iain, short men are often compensated by better than normal length in other departments. Oh, it says Dave from Brentwood, then it says Sue at the end. I'm confused. Is that true? We've had a lot of texts and emails saying that. Are they not short everywhere? It's perhaps the most, the best way I could put that. Let me do some of these emails and texts. Taking your calls and texts and emails on tall and short men. Who are the best? And going back to stay with your mum, or your mum coming to stay with you when you've moved out. How long can you take it before... And what is let's find the oldest person living with their mum. And how... I'm 32. I got told to take my feet off the furniture the other day. I got a clip round the ear for leaving the light on. I'm 32. Let me do quickly some of these emails. Iain, I moved out of home from the northeast down to London, and whenever I go back to see my mum, she always treats me like I'm 16. She says stuff like, turn that light off. Whenever I go out, she says, where are you going? What are you doing? What time will you be back? Yeah, from Lucy. Iain, I'm 4'11". This is from Hannah and Ealing. 4 foot. My boyfriend at uni was 6'4". Ladies and gentlemen, not a problem. I'm hitting more in my league these days. My current beau, Jono, is 5'4". He's a midget. 5'4", too short. Iain, this is from Patrick. Can you please stop being unnecessarily rude about men that are short? I can guarantee that you wouldn't have a topic on why lanky, tall, goggle-eyed men are pointless, or why short women are pointless. Change your topic of conversation before I make a formal complaint. Patrick, bring it on. Yes, we'll do those in a minute. If you want to give us a call, it's 0870 9090973. We're getting so many complaints. I think we should try and get a complaints hotline going. Can we try and sort that out in the next couple of weeks? I think people should have a place where they can voice their complaints properly. We'll sort that out. Mandy, in the meantime, is in the Greenford. Hello, Mandy.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Mandy.
Hi.
Hello there.
I'm a bit nervous.
Hey, so am I. I'm terrified. But it's me who's going to get the sack if me and you muff this up. So it doesn't really matter.
I'll try not to muff it up.
And I'll try not to muff it up as well. Mandy, what can I do for you?
Right, yeah, you're actually saying about the oldest person that lives at home with their mum still.
Yeah, go on.
And I'm 39 years old and I still live at home
Oh,
with my
mate. No. Now, before we make light about it, is it because, like, your house burnt down or something really bad happened?
No, I'm separated.
Okay,
so it's financially it's easier to live at home.
How does it feel living at home with your mum at 39?
To be honest with you, it actually feels pretty good.
Really?
There's times where I do go out to work and she will sort of say, what time are you going to be back in? Ring me when you get there. Yes, Mum, I'm 39 years old. Yes, but you're still my child. And
ring me when you get there.
I know she does, honestly.
That's brilliant.
Ring me when you... And if you forget, oh, gosh, she gets the hump. So.
Do you have to be in by a certain time?
Yes, I do.
What time have you got to be in on? Like, say you're going out on a Saturday night on the pool because you want to get your life back in track. What time have you got to be in by?
She kind of like says between 2 and 3.
Oh, man.
And if I'm a bit late, she'll ask me to ring.
No, really?
Yes.
Oh, Mandy, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. And I'm guessing, of course, that she cooks she does the best dinners in the world.
Oh, fantastic. Obviously, you know, being from the Caribbean, she's a fantastic cook.
Yeah. But she still says, let's get this right, you're 39 years old, you've got to be in at a certain time, and you've got to ring her when you get to work just to let her know that you're all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
And I can see why. I suppose I'd probably end up doing that to my daughters, because I've got 2, 11 and 13.
Mandy, listen, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. I've got tears in my eyes there. That's moved me in a weird sort of way. 39 live with her mum because of situations and circumstances. That's fine. You're not making any comment about that, whether that's right or wrong. But it's got to be in at a certain time. Beautiful. Can you beat that? 0870 9090 973. Can we find... OK, so we've got 39. I doubt we'll find someone who's older than 39, necessarily, living with their mum. Can we find someone... The oldest person is still living with their mum that hasn't moved out. Mandy's moved out, had a go, things have gone a bit wrong, she's gone back. Can we find the oldest person living in London, listening to this show now, that's still living with mum, but they've never moved out? If we could find a 39-year-old that's never even moved out, hasn't even got the excuse of being divorced or separated. I want to talk to you. Or maybe you're a mum. And you've got a kid who's 25, who's 30, 35, still living with you, and you want them to go. But they just won't take the hint. 0870 90 90 973. And if you are a mum, what rules do you set down for your grown-up kids when they come and stay with you? On the subject of tall women, short men, Caroline is in the Hornchurch. Hello, Caroline.
Hiya, what a great show. I'm really enjoying it.
Bless you, thank you very much.
I've rung up to talk about tall persons, but I've got to tell you first, my mother-in-law lives in Ireland. She's a nurse. And there was an old fellow in there having his hip replacement done. He was 85, and they said they couldn't let him out because he had no one to look after him.
Oh, bless.
And he said, my mum will look after me, and they thought he'd gone mad, but he was still living at home with his mother.
84?
106.
84, you're living with a 106-year-old mother? That is fantastic. Well, that's got to be a world record.
But no, but that's not what I rung up for, really. But I just wanted to beat Mandy with her 39-year-old. Still, she's got a long way to go yet to beat that one.
Yeah, that's something special. Caroline, are you a tall, are you a short woman?
I'm a tall lady. I'm 6 foot.
Oh, yeah, now, that's probably a little bit too tall, isn't it?
Well, the problem was, I used to be in the police force, and I worked...
No, hang on a second, a tall, sexy copper, that's quite nice.
The problem was, I had a lot of difficulties with the policemen that just about scraped in on the height. That were, at that time, they had to be 5'8".
Now anyone can get in.
I know.
If you're fat, if you're short, if you're ginger, you can all get in the police force.
But I would have looked pretty stupid out walking around with someone that was 5 foot, really.
That's why they do it.
But I did used to work with a detective sergeant who just about scraped in at 5'8" with his Cuban
So Caroline, it must be hard for you to find men of a decent height.
It's very hard.
Do you like short men? Do you find them sexy, or do you think, like the rest of us, they're slightly obnoxious?
I find them very obnoxious, and that particular sergeant, he used to give me bad reports. He used to hate it because I had a better sense of humour than him, and because I was taller than him, and he used to find I was the height he wanted to be.
Yeah.
And he used to it was just very, very difficult.
That's the thing, there's a lot of jealousy.
Small man,
There's a lot of jealousy. We've had a lot of texts and emails from people saying, this is unfair, you wouldn't do something like this, slagging off gays or Asians or whatever. It's not the thing. It's because they're jealous of our height. That's why there's this bitterness and this venom that I'm getting back from them.
Well, it starts from a very early age, because I've got 2 sons, and even before my youngest one, he's 9 now, but before he started school, I used to walk the older arm up with him.
Yeah.
And before he was 4, and there was a boy who was already in the infant school.
Yeah.
He used to just run up and thump my little one because he was already bigger than him.
No way. Well, there are downsides to being tall. I was picked on at school for being tall. All the bullies want to take down the tall kid, and I used to hate being tall when I was young. Now I'm a grown man. I love it. I love it. I could do with being a little bit more muscular. I'm skinny. I'm lanky. Maybe lose an inch, but I'm fine. I'm happy with it. 0870 9090 973. We've yet to find a woman that likes short men. We've been doing this for an hour and 26 minutes. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, short men. They're patronising you, or they're ugly and they can't do any better than you. That's why you've got them. And staying with mum, how old are you? I want to find the oldest person who has not moved out of their mum's house yet. If we can do that, that'll be good. And when you go back and stay with your mum, or when your mum comes and stays with you, wherever you are now, does she tell you off? Does she say, you've got to be in at this time? Does she give you a clip round the ear? Does she tell you off for not doing the washing up or leaving the lights on, or not making the bed? That's another one. Unbelievable. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. You are listening to the 3-hour, 4 till 7, Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. More of your calls, texts and emails after this.
London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour, 4 till 7, Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
I am Sumi calling from Heston, and I'm Iain Lee's Night Rider correspondent. I am complaining about him because he does not read out any of my texts. He does not answer my questions.
That's true.
And sometimes you don't say goodbye, and I think, oh, still on the air, and I'm talking like a prat, and I'm not. Shish kebab.
Hello, you. Very exciting. The 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show is here. It ain't going nowhere, I'm afraid. So tough. We are talking about short men. No one likes them apart from Sue. Who the hell is Sue? She digs them. But she also likes short, fat, bald men. That's a bad combination. Every box of freakishness is being ticked there for Sue. And we're asking about staying with your mum, going back and staying with your mum. And it's definitely more mums than dads. And if my mum is listening, although she might have switched off the neighbours now, bless her, but if she's listening, and then she watches it at lunchtime, I love her. Brilliant. We get on really, really well. But any more than 3 days, and it gets a bit tense for both of us, I think. We're going to New York in America in April or May, I can't remember. May probably now. Hopefully that'll be all right. 4 days, that'll be fine. Lee is in the Billericay. Hello, Lee.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Governor. What can I do for you? We're having a laugh.
6'4.5", I am.
And Lee, I tell you what, could you just say that for us one more time?
6'4.5".
That's the response. That's the response. I apologise. I was stuck there for a little bit. I knew it needed something to fill that gap. Well done. And do you like short men, Lee?
Couldn't eat a whole one.
There we go. Well done. Thank you, sir.
Obviously rung up for a different subject, but the best word to say to a short person,
yes,
especially a man, Oompa Loompa.
Oompa Loompa, diddly bong, look at me, singing a song. I think those are the words. I've not seen the new Charlie at the Chocolate Factory, I don't know. Lee, why have you called in?
Going back to stay with your mother.
Yeah, now, you sound like you're at least 36.
You're very flattering.
Oh, really? What, were you 42?
You're almost there.
44?
Yeah, well, this was some time ago that I went back to...
So that me guessing your age was irrelevant then?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But the main thing was, went back to stay with my mum after selling my first place.
Yeah.
Nowhere else to go. Welcome back to my mum.
Yeah.
Big mistake. Went out Friday night, come back, opened the fridge, and in there was a lovely bit of meat.
Oh, nice bit of meat.
Warm me up between a couple of bits of bread.
A sandwich?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And woke up the next morning, no tea in bed, no breakfast, mum not talking to me. I'd eaten the meat that she'd cooked for a new dog that she'd got since I'd left home.
What? Hang on a minute. Who cooks meat for a dog? And she put that dog above her own son?
Well...
Mental. I'm not saying your mum's mental, but she sounds
But one
mental.
thing you must do one day for me, Ian.
Yes, Lee.
Because you're such a top guy. Have a 3-hour show on why people have stupid number plates on their cars.
Oh, no, that's a good... They're definitely... What ones have you seen?
Well, the one where people try and make an S look like a 5.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. It's a 5, for God's sakes.
And they jumble it up with the little tiny screws that we think they don't know that they're screws.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
Isn't Paul Daniels' number plate magic? But the A is a 4, I think.
He's a short fella, isn't he?
There we go. I knew we'd link this up somehow. He's a very short fella, and he makes up for it by trying to do magic tricks. It's magic! Look at this! I can make a lady disappear! So what, Paul? You're tiny. Get off. Let's get a tall magician. Let's get David Blaine on there.
But he's got himself a nice old bit of crumpet, though, hasn't he? So
Debbie McGee? Debbie McGee?
Well, as far as...
You know, on turkeys, you know their neck that's quite leathery? Debbie McGee's whole body is like that. And that's... she can't sue me for it, it's true. 0870 90 90 973. Well, this is weird. We've gone from Lee to Iain on the M25. It's almost my name in reverse. Iain, what can I do for you, sir?
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Iain.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good
evening.
No, it's evening at 6 o'clock. We've got another 22 minutes of afternoon yet.
Have we really? I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. It feels like evening to me.
You've done it just, eh? God blimey.
I live with my girlfriend.
Yeah, good boy.
With the mother-in-law. And
she lives with you?
Yes, we live at her house.
Oh, right, I see.
My girlfriend's never left home. She's now 40. Well, she's nearly 41, actually.
Hang on, so you've got to, let's say 41, just to be on the safe side. Your 41-year-old girlfriend has never... I'm going to ask some questions, Iain. Please don't be offended by them.
Yeah, go on.
Is she a little bit simple?
No.
Does
She owns her own advertising company.
But what's she living with her mum for?
Because she was going to leave her home when she was 35, but dad passed away.
Right.
So, he had Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
so
okay.
She stayed at home.
Yeah. And so you're living with your 41-year-old girlfriend and at her mum's house. Iain, how old are you?
38.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Why don't you say to your girlfriend, come on, let us go and get a nice flat somewhere in East London?
It's too expensive.
All right, North London.
It's North. We've got 100,000 saved up.
Yeah.
You can't afford to get a mortgage.
With 100 grand, you probably could.
Not for what we want.
Well, we'll get some... what you're waiting for, and again, please don't take this the wrong way, are you waiting for the old dear to move on so that you get that place?
No, because we can build a property at the bottom of the garden.
Oh, right, I see. This is all very suspicious. And Ian, this is another thing. Do you call your girlfriend's mum, and by the way, you should be married at your age, do you call your girlfriend's mum, mum?
No, never.
Because I was thinking about this the other day. My mum and dad, they would call each other's parents mum and dad. And when I was a kid, this used to really freak me out. I didn't understand it. And I asked my mum about it at the weekend, and she said, oh, it's just one of those things that we did.
No, I'd never do that. Never do that in a million years.
It's a weird thing to do. Do you call your mum, your parents-in-law, mum and dad? Some people do it. It's very strange. Tracy's in the Croydon. Hello, Tracy.
Hello.
Hello, Tracy. What can I do for you?
I was just ringing to comment on your comments you were making about shorter men.
Oh, they're obnoxious, aren't they?
They were terrible.
The short men?
No, your comment.
What? Hang on a minute. What are you saying?
What's wrong with the shorter man?
They are obnoxious, they're loud, they're attention seekers, they've got some sort of deficit that they need to make up with so they get flashy sports cars.
No. Because of people like you,
tall people.
Men have maybe a little bit of a complex.
No, it's not because of people like me, it's because they're short. It's because of their genes they've got a complex.
People don't think that they're women tend to go for taller men, so shorter men...
Of course they do, because short men are unattractive.
Shorter. No, they're not.
By wearing Tasmanian devil ties and Simpson socks?
Not at all.
Tracy, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
So you're quite normal height. Bit tall for a lady, but you're all right. And how have you got a husband, a boyfriend?
Yes, my husband.
And how tall is he?
Nearly 5'7".
So he's tiny?
He's not tiny.
He's a wee man. Do you not... But all your friends are laughing at you behind your back. They're going, here comes Stumpy. It's Stumpy, Tracy's husband. No one likes him because he's short and he's loud.
He's a lovely man.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Do you find short men sexy, or did you go with them out of sympathy?
That's an awful thing to say.
It's terrible, but what's your answer?
No, I found him very attractive. I always went for over 6 foot men, and they were always obnoxious.
Yep.
And they loved themselves.
Yeah, because they got a reason to.
They were great because they were tall.
Yeah.
And
is that your husband I can hear in the background?
No, that's my baby.
That's your baby. Sorry, I confused. It's easy to confuse the two, so they've got similar voices. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. We're taking... Well, we found a lady who likes short men. We found two. Found Mental Sue and Odd Tracy from the Croydon area. Can we get a call from a short man who doesn't enjoy being short? If you don't like being short and you want to be taller, give us a call. Mark's in the Wandsworth. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Dean.
Mark, what can I do for you?
Oh, I'd just like to agree with every single point that you made about blokes being short.
They're terrible, aren't they?
Oh, trust me, they are. As I say, I'm 6'9" myself, and my best mate
boy.
is 5'3".
Yeah.
And you know, I've seen it every day.
Your mate is 5'3"?
5'3", best friend.
You say best friend. You only hang out with him for a laugh, though, don't you, Mark?
You hit the nail right on the head.
Hey, spot on. What's your nickname for him, Mark?
I call him Shorty.
And do you know what? Shorty's perfectly acceptable. It's your bog standard, it'll do. Imagine that. He's 6'9", his mate is 5'3", he hangs out with him just to laugh at him, because he's tiny. I'm not saying that, he is saying that. A 6'9" giant. At what height do you become a giant? I think it's 6'7", isn't it? I'm not sure. Listen, give us a call. 0870 90 90 973. We'll have more of your calls, your texts and your emails, but right now it's 5:43 and 31 seconds.
The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
What? Huh? Oh, yeah, sorry. Do you want to win £5 Well, you can from Monday. This is Monday, isn't it? Monday the 10th of October. The whole new competition, LBC 97.3, Mystery Londoners. Very, very exciting. Basically, we're going to play some voices saying LBC 97.3. 5 voices, I think. I've got the rules written down somewhere. If you can identify who they are, you win £5. It's as simple as that. There'll be a special number, not the studio number. There will be a special number you need to call, and the more times you call that and register, the more chance you've got of coming on the air. It all kicks off on Monday morning at 6 o'clock, when Steve Vallon is going to be playing the 5 voices for the first time. That's when you need to be listening. It's going to be played all through the day. 5 names for £5. Mystery Londoners starts Monday. London's LBC 97.3. I won't keep going about the complaints we get, because you could do a whole show to the complaints we've got. But look at this one from Simon. A pathetic, silly man. Another LBC lapse into stupidity. I'm putting in the grammar that he's missed out on the punctuation. Roll on the real professionals. Sadly, you come nowhere near to. Simon. Except it's not from Simon, it's from a bloke called Mike. If you check that heading there, it's from Mike, and all the other texts, it's Mike. Bless him. Bless him. Hey, but listen, it all adds up to the text league. Let's have a little look where we are in the text league. Chisel in Lewisham, are you there, Chisel?
Yes, I
Can you
am.
wait there a second? I just want to check the text league.
Okay.
On Monday, I was 12th. Right now, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, I'm 4th. I'm 4th. I could beat Caroline Faraday by the end of the day. If I'm lucky. Chisel, why have you called in? What can I do for you?
Yeah, I love short men, Ian. What's wrong with short men?
They're obnoxious, they're loud, they are a pain in the backside, they've got a complex about the fact they're really tiny.
Okay, how tall are you, Ian?
I'm 6'4".
You sure?
Well, I'm not lying.
Okay. The thing is, I don't think... Do you agree there's a difference between small men and short men?
What, in height?
Well, just small and short. There is a difference between...
Where? Well, what difference is there?
Well, there is. I'll leave you to go find that anyway.
No, tell me the difference. Tell me the difference.
There is.
Well, tell me.
Oh, gosh. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think of two people. Okay, I don't know, but there is a difference. When you can look at a guy and say, oh, he's small, but then you can look at another guy and say, oh, he's short.
Well, what's the difference?
There is a difference.
Well, there is no difference. That's the most nonsensical...
Okay. All right. Okay, let's pass on that.
Okay, that's the first point. It's gone. Next one. I've won that argument there, Chisel. Thank you.
All right, cool. Short men normally do have a complex, right?
Yeah.
And because of that,
Here we go.
They tend to, because of that, they tend to stand tall. You know, there's this air of, should I say, arrogance or this confidence about them.
It's not a literal standing tall, because they can't do that unless they're in Cuban heels or on a chair.
Okay, well, you know what I'm trying to say. They tend to carry themselves quite well, and that is
I don't think they do. What do you mean they carry themselves well? What,
they
physically?
do. You know what I'm trying to say. They do. They carry themselves...
I don't, because you're not
they
using
have a complex.
enough words.
Okay, they do have a complex, right? Which is obvious.
Which makes them obnoxious.
Because they know. No, I don't think so. I don't think so anyway. But I think I love short. I love short men.
How tall are you, Chisel?
I'm 5'8".
5'8", so that's good for a woman. And what's the shortest man you've ever been with?
Well, the thing is, I've never been with a short man. The shortest...
There we go! There we go!
No,
you like short men, Chisel? You like short men? You've never been with one! Don't cry.
I admire them.
Here we go. You admire them, but you feel sorry for them, but you wouldn't go out with one because they look
they're confident. They're very confident. They carry themselves well, and that's why I like them. We all know that. Ladies all know that.
But you'd rather go out with a tall man, wouldn't you? You'd rather go out with someone who's 6'4".
No, not at all. I don't mind, and that's the truth. I don't mind.
But you've never been out with a short man? Just because
I've never met one. They probably...
Hang on, it gets even better. You've never met one, but you like them. You've never met a short man. You should go and talk to them, Chisel. They're lovely. But you've never met a short man.
I like the way they carry themselves. That's it. I just love it.
What do you mean the way they carry themselves? By wearing those Simpsons socks and Tasmanian Devil's
It's probably the ones you know, not the ones I know.
But you don't know any. You just said you've never met one.
I know quite a lot. And that's what I'm trying to say. I admire them. I know quite a few short men. I've just never dated them.
Right. And why have you never dated them? Because your friends would laugh at you.
Who cares about what my friends think? That's their business. Who cares about what they...
Have you got a boyfriend at the moment?
Yeah, I'm talking to someone,
What, you're talking to someone? That's not going out. Very little talking takes place in a courtship.
Okay.
So you're in discussions about potentially having a relationship with someone.
Thank you.
And how tall is this person, Chisel?
He's about 6.
There we go. We'll stop it there.
No.
Chisel, I'm going to cut you off because you're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself with your weak-willed argument. I've made a terrible mistake here with the heating. I do apologise. I tried to get it... I had great trouble with the aircon in this place. Anyone who listens will know. Chisel's argument was nonsense there. She doesn't know any short people. She's never been out with any of them because she likes tall men. She's in negotiations with someone who's 6'1". Shorties are like Jack Russell, says Chris on the text. They're aggressive, yappy, weeing in the street. I don't know about that. How about a wee man hunting season now that fox hunting is bad? No, Chris, I don't want any nastiness done to short people. Just, let's just ignore them. That's all we need to do. That's all we need to do. Listen, we're still taking your calls on that. Short men, in the next hour. And Chisel's argument, she doesn't count as someone who fancies short men. She doesn't. She feels sorry for them. And that's completely different. If you genuinely fancy a short man, can you give us a call? We're still taking your calls as well about staying with your mum. Going back and staying with your mum. What is that like? How long can you do it before it goes a bit mental? Before you suddenly revert back to those roles of you being a stroppy 15-year-old and she being the mum? of a stroppy 15-year-old. In the last hour of the show, between 6 and 7, a very good question we need to ask. How do you know if someone fancies you? What are the telltale signs that someone fancies you? Now, listen, I've been courting for over 150 years now, so I don't need to know. But I was talking to Agent Chris about this last week. I reckon I've missed out in my life as a single man on so many snogs with girls because I didn't know they fancy me, because I misread the signals. How do you know that someone fancies you? What are the signals? 0870 9090 973. We'll speak to Gunter in the Leighton after this.
Iain Lee. The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Hello, you. Let's go to Gunter in the Leighton. Hello, Gunter.
Hi, Ian, how are you?
I'm fine, man. How's it going? You alright?
Not too bad, not too bad.
What can I do for you, Gunter?
What's that?
What can I do for you?
Well, now, I just wanted to say I'm also one of the little short men. I'm about 5'5".
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry.
Well, hey.
Gunter, where are you? Are you in a rock concert?
No, I'm here at the petrol garage putting in petrol for my car.
Nice one. Yeah, you use your phone on that petrol forecourt. That's always safe.
No, well, as you say, we short men are obnoxious, so we do what we want.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So you're short and you're agreeing with me.
Well, I'm not, you know what they say, is the shorter you are, the longer you are in certain areas.
Now, listen, we've had a lot of text on this, and let's be very careful, because there are a lot of people driving home from school and whatever. Is that true? Have women said that to you?
Well...
no, okay, they haven't, right.
I had a few previous girlfriends, and they were quite, agreed with me on that.
Okay. But you're 5'5", Gunter. Surely you'd like to be taller, wouldn't you?
I wish I was taller, because the thing is, on the end of the day, 2 of my previous girlfriends were always taller than me, and then on the end of the day, if they want comfort, they give me comfort, because, I'm short and...
You must feel so inadequate not being able to pick up your girlfriend, to throw her on the bed, to rip her clothes off, and to make love to her like only a tall man can.
Well, I'm quite well built. I'm going to gyms twice a week, 3 times a week, so
inadequate.
I'm building that way quite well.
Yeah,
but
you can never get the height thing going.
Yeah, well, that I agree with, because...
Gunter, have you ever worn lifts in your shoes?
No.
Would you?
No, that's... No.
Do people laugh at you?
No.
Do your normal-heighted, taller friends... Well, obviously they got a nickname for you. What is that nickname?
Shorty.
They just call you Shorty?
Yeah.
And yes, all right, isn't it?
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
Do they do that thing where they ruffle your hair?
Oh, well, I always shave my hair, so but the nice thing is if I go to clubs, most of the girls kiss it, because I quite like to,
The girls kiss your shaved short head.
Yeah,
but they don't cop off with you, though, do they?
No.
Exactly.
Well, it depends at what club I am.
Do you go out with girls that are shorter than you?
That's why I phoned you a few weeks ago, because I'm trying to get somebody there.
Oh, you still haven't got a girlfriend?
I'm trying to get somebody that's 5'2", 5'3", even 5'1".
Even 5... We had someone phone up who was 4'11". Would you go for that?
I don't know how many meters that is, so...
I can't convert that to meters. I'm still working in old money, I'm afraid, Gunter. If there are any 5'1", 5'2", 5'3" women listening who'd like to go out with Gunter, he sounds like a right catch. Seriously, you can't go wrong. A stroppy 5'5", I think he's South African or German, I can't remember which, I think it's South African. I could be wrong there, no, maybe he's German. I don't know, I've got it wrong. Who uses his mobile phone in petrol stations. Give us a call, we can fix you up. 0870 9090 973. Staying at your mum's or your mum staying with you. And how do you know if someone fancies you? There are I get so many emails from people saying, Ian, I want to know if a girl fancies me, what can I do? I'm generally pretty good at giving this kind of advice, but I'd like some proper full-on advice. How do you know if a girl fancies you and if a bloke fancies you? What are the telltale signs? Are there things that we can all know? 0870 9090 973. More of your calls, your texts and your emails after the latest LBC 97.3 news.
Available on DAB Digital Radio. London's LBC 97.3.
At 6 o'clock, I'm
Sandy War. A police officer is in stable condition in hospital after being stabbed while trying to talk to two men in West London. The 22-year-old PC was on bike patrol with a colleague in Bramley Road when they stopped the suspects. Two men have been arrested. Detective Sergeant Peter Lewis has this information.
One of them ran away, was chased by the police officers. This man then stabbed one of the officers in the back and sprayed some sort of gas or fluid at the other officer.
Lord Moynihan has promised to raise the profile of British sport after becoming the new chairman of the British Olympic Association. The former sports minister was voted in ahead of ex-Olympic hurdle champion David Hemery.
I'll do my best to help take British sport from where we are today, which is 10th in the world in the Olympics, to 4th, which is our objective. It means a much bigger team moving from somewhere around the 270 mark in Athens up to 750 competitors who would need to qualify.
His appointment's been welcomed by the Mayor, Ken Livingstone, who said there could not be a more exciting time than now to take the helm of the British Olympic Association. I'll be talking to Lord Moynihan about his ambitions for the London 2012 Games on the Nightly News tonight. The so-called beauty parade of Tory leadership hopefuls has finished in Blackpool with speeches by frontrunner David Davis and Liam Fox. But the contenders from the centre-right of the party failed to wow the audience with solid but unspectacular performances. Sky's political editor, Adam Bolton, says three men are still in with a realistic chance of winning.
One of them is still David Davis because he has the support already of enough MPs to qualify him in the two-person runoff. The other two are David Cameron and also, of course, Ken Clarke.
Police investigating the murder of Sally Ann Bowman in Croydon are now offering a £20,000 reward to help catch the killer. Police say they still need to hear from anyone who has any information about the model's killing, even if they don't think it's important. Police have issued e-fit pictures of a man they want to question. It shows a young white man with spiky hair and wearing jeans. Police will be making further appeals on the Crime Watch programme tonight. David Beckham's son, Romeo, has been released from hospital. The 3-year-old had been readmitted to Madrid's La Paz hospital yesterday after suffering convulsions for the second time in a week. Beckham due to join up with the England squad tonight ahead of Saturday's game with Austria. The FTSE suffered its sharpest fall since the London bombings today as heavy losses on Wall Street and a string of broker downgrades hit confidence. Fears over inflationary pressures in the States sent something of a shiver through European markets. The index of 100 leading shares was 66 points lower at 54.27. The weather tonight, cloudy, bit warmer though than last night with lows of 13. Tomorrow rather cloudy, but it will be dry and warm with light winds, a high of 19. LBC weather with Well Woman Advanced Nutrition Capsules from Vitobiotics. Available from chemists and health stores or visit wellwoman.com. It's 3 minutes past 6.
Let's get latest travel news now with Richard Hakier.
Let's head over towards Brentwood first of all. On the A12, if you're heading northbound, we've got an accident to watch out for just after the M25 Brook Street roundabout. 3 cars involved, still blocking the outside lane there, and the queues are getting much worse now, in fact, going right back onto the M25 as far as junction 27, the M11. Coming further into town in Canning Town, we've got an accident on the A13 Newham Way heading out of town at the Canning Town flyover to watch out for. In Mile End, the A11 is very heavy out of town past Burdett Road. That's following a breakdown from earlier. And Neil, thanks a lot for the update on Upper and Lower Thames Street. If you're heading out of town, it's a real nightmare at the moment. Pretty solid from the Blackfriars underpass to Tower Hill. Also Blackfriars Bridge southbound, absolutely solid. That's due to roadworks taking place on Southwark Street. And if you're heading around the western stretch of the M25 going clockwise, very heavy in patches from 15 round to 17 still. The M4 up towards Maple Cross, adding an extra 30 minutes onto your journey time. On public transport, the Hammersmith and City line is suspended between Hammersmith and Edgware Road. That's due to power problems. Circle, Metropolitan and Northern lines all running with delays. And southeastern trains have 30-minute delays between Lewisham and Dartford. That's due to a line-side fire at Blackheath. Your next update in 15 minutes. LBC 97.3 travel with Confused.com. Car insurance made simple.
Get up with Nick Ferrari at breakfast. Tomorrow morning from 7.
Nick Ferrari at breakfast.
London's LBC 97.3.
Perfect Panes sell windows and doors. We know that, but did you know that when you buy one window or door, they'll give you a second window or door absolutely free?
Absolutely free?
Absolutely free. You buy the first one and get the second free. So why are you still listening to me? Call Perfect Panes today.
Buy one, get one free on all windows and doors. All October at Perfect Panes. Call 0800 377 7743. 0800 377 7743. Or visit perfectpanes.co.uk.
I still can't believe we bought a home over here. I mean, it's only an hour's flight from London, but it's a completely different world.
I know, this course is perfect to get away from the family for a few hours.
Our friends back home would be green with envy. Drive the mad? Yeah, but it was all so simple with Blauvert. They helped us arrange the finance, the solicitors, the move, the flights. Oh, if only they could have helped you with your swing, eh, John? Sorry!
Owning a place in the sun is so easy with Blauvert. As an investment or as a home, Blauvert do everything they can to make the process as simple as possible. Buy now and receive 1% cash back to cover your legal expenses. You'll also find out everything you need to know about living the Spanish dream. Blauvert, 020 7224 2202. That's 020 7224 2202. Buy direct from Blauvert Spanish property developers. We make the easy life even easier.
London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the one and only Mr. Iain Lee, your presenter.
No, I haven't got any complaints, but you're much better than Clive Ball.
Hello, you. This is the 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. This Mike guy's getting well stroppy on the text. And to be honest, I'm kind of encouraging it because I need to get up the text league. So if he wants to send in his stroppy, oh, I'm not called Simon, I'm called Mike, when we know you're called Mike, then keep doing it. 0771 776 0973. It'll get a bit more back to normality next week when I'm the text king. I just need to get up there a little bit. I'm a little bit down the league. We've got a lot of stuff on the go at the moment. We're still talking about tall or short men. Which are the best? It's tall men. I think we've pretty much proved that. If you've got anything else you want to contribute to that, then give us a call. And we can find some more women, some sane women that like short men. Because, to be honest, the people we've had so far, I'm not convinced by their arguments. And we've already had Gunter, who's a short man. He wants to be taller. He wants to be taller. Of course you do. We're still taking your calls as well about staying at your mum's. When you stay at your mum's, sorry, I need to cough, excuse me. Does she still treat you like a child? Or when she comes to stay with you? And we're looking for the oldest person living with their mum who hasn't moved out. We had Mandy, I think it was, who is 39, but she'd moved out and then gone back. There's someone who's still living with their mum. And also, in the last hour, how do you know if someone fancies you? Are there signs? I'm convinced. I know for a fact. A few years ago, when I was going out, I was going out with Fifi, I was going out with someone else, and I bumped into a girl I used to know at college, who I used to really fancy. And we got kind of talking, I was all a bit drunk. I said, you know what, I used to really fancy you at college. She went, oh, I used to fancy you as well. But I was dropping all these hints, but you never picked up on it. Well, what are the hints? What are these hints that you girls have? And the same thing, I've fancied many young ladies in my time, and I've sent out what I think are the vibes, but they've not been picked up on. Possibly because I'm unattractive. That's possible. You know, I can go along with that. But I try and make it quite obvious. How do you know if someone fancies you? Is it their body language? Is it longing stares? Is it text, slightly flirty text, the way they put maybe 3 X's at the end instead of 1 X or something like that? Is it binoculars across the street? the glint of the telephoto lens as you open your bathroom window? 0870 9090 973. I wish I could be 15 again, because now I know what I know. When you was 15, 16, 17, maybe not 17, it was 14, 15, 16, if you fancied a girl, you'd hit them. Simple as that. You'd give them a dead arm. You'd trip them over. You'd steal their bag and throw it onto the roof of the gym block. And girls kind of did the same thing. But when you're 14, 15, 16, you can't put that into words. If I knew that now, oh man. 0870 9090 973. We need some tips. We have a lot of young people listening. Surprisingly, we have a lot of sad, lonely people listening. Maybe they don't need to be lonely. Maybe you can give them the advice they need. How do you know if someone fancies you? We're talking as well about living at home with your mum. Julia is in the West Sussex. Hello, Julia.
Hi.
Hey, it's crazy. Hello.
They're horrid.
Who?
Short men, horrid.
There we go. This is Julia. Can you just say that again? I won't interrupt you. Say short men are horrid.
Short men are horrid. I've had a short ex-husband, and I now have who was 5'7".
Oh, how tall are you, Julia?
I'm 5'6".
Oh, well,
a couple of inches on your heel. No, it's horrid. It's horrid, actually.
Oh, really?
And yes, whereas my partner now is 5'6". And actually, you can't have them too tall.
Really?
Oh, it's 5'6". Sorry, 6'5". He is 6'5".
What's it, Julia? Have you been drinking?
No, I haven't.
So your new man is 6'5".
He's 6'5".
Oh no, that's a little bit too tall, though, isn't it?
No, it's not. No man could be too tall.
We had a 6'9" phone up earlier on. Would you be comfortable with that?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, calm down. I feel a bit soiled now.
Yeah. Now, the other thing, really, what I phoned you about was about people living with their parents. I have somebody who works for me who actually lives with his mummy and daddy.
Yeah.
And he's 46.
You are kidding me.
No, he's never moved out.
No, Julia, don't. This is very upsetting. Really? So we had Mandy phone up, who's 39, but she's got the excuse she went out, she had a go, it didn't quite work, so she's come back. This fella has never left.
Moved out, never gone out. Now, part of my job, I had to write reports on him to say how well he's doing.
Yeah.
And I wrote a report 2 weeks ago on him about his driving, because his driving was absolutely dire. Driving around Heathrow Airport was absolutely appalling. So I actually documented it, because we always have to.
Yeah.
And when he took the report home, and he obviously left it somewhere, and his father found it, and his father clipped him round the ear.
No, because he was driving so badly.
Because he'd had a bad report.
That is fantastic.
Does it in the garden?
And did what, sorry?
And sent him in the garden for punishment.
Now, I'm laughing. It's a little bit weird, isn't it?
The man is a bit weird, actually.
Can we make, without being too personal or whatever, can we make assumptions about his life with ladies or gentlemen?
You could.
Yeah, okay, I think so. There's a film out at the moment called The Virgin.
Yes.
Okay, let's say no more.
Yes, I suspect.
Yes. And, I mean, is he a nice fella all in all? Do you feel a little bit sorry for him?
Well, he's completely bonkers, actually.
Yeah.
He's a scientist. He's a real academic. He's completely bananas.
Yeah.
But he's huge fun, and he's very sweet. And it's just a bit sad, because I'm sure he'll make some woman a very happy husband. He happens also to be short.
Oh, no, Julia. This is genuinely, I'm upset for this man. How tall is he?
He's probably about 5'5". I know I'm taller than he is. Probably maybe a little bit less than that, actually.
Oh, Julia, you're wicked phoning up the radio and telling me about him.
I know, my name isn't Julia, because I thought if I told him his name, he might know who he is, because he might be listening.
What's your real name?
I'm not telling
you. You nearly fell for it. You nearly fell for it, Julia. Thank you very much. Ticking all the boxes there. Iain, my friend Dave still lives at home. He's 39. Not only does he live at home, but his mum cooks for him, irons and washes his clothes, and answers his phone. He has to check with his mum before he can go out. He costs his mum a fortune. He says he cannot leave home because he cannot afford to. He is too lazy, and he is a mummy's boy. It's from Al in London. Shameful. Saliha from South Harris says, Iain, I'm not sure about the personality of short men, but if they're also skinny, God help them. Yeah, being skinny, I don't like being skinny, that's not good. And Asan says, Iain, stop complaining about your beanpole broomstick-like frame. What happened to, I'm Mr. Lee, I'm going to see a personal trainer. If you really want to look like Lorenz, go and do something about it. Listen, we'll take more of your calls, your texts, and your emails in a minute, but right now the time is exactly 6:13 and 30 seconds.
The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Hello, you. It's 19 past 6. We've got to be spot on, apparently, with time checks and stuff like that. We're asking, how do you know if a lady fancies you or if a gentleman fancies you? Someone who signs themselves Sexy Busty Blonde, but their name's Louise, because you can see it in the email title. It says, Iain, signs to look out for when a lady fancies you. When a lady keeps looking at you, and then when she looks, when you look over, she turns away. A lot of people suggesting that one. If a lady, when talking to you, can't get her words out properly. If a lady says you look nice, hot, etc. Agent Chris, has a girl ever said to you, Agent Chris, you look hot? No, I'm taking that. When a lady offers to buy you something, if a lady, when you walk over towards her, starts to play with her hair. Sarah and Robin from Farnham also said that. Girls play with their hair and neck a lot when they fancy men. Plus, we think you're really a short man taking advantage of being on the radio. Au contraire. Au contraire. I'm a very, very tall man. How do you know if someone fancies you? Have you totally misread the signals and got a slap round your face? 0870 90 90 973. Ben is in the Hemel Hempstead. Ben, good evening to you.
How are you on this beautiful evening?
I am fine and flipping dandy, Ben. How are you?
I am great. I was ill earlier, and I think I've just recovered.
Well, you were ill earlier today, and you've just got better?
Yeah.
This is a blooming miracle. Is it a miracle, or is it a lie, Ben?
No, it's a miracle.
Good one. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. What can I do for you, Ben?
Small people.
Yep.
I don't want you to do small people for me. I want to talk about small people.
Okay, fine.
I think small people... I've got a friend who's a small person.
Yep.
Very annoying.
They're just... In what way annoying?
They always have to do that little bit extra. A little bit extra that really gets on your nerves and makes you want to shoot them. But I don't.
No, of course we do not advocate shooting anyone at any time. But they try and overcompensate for the fact that they're quite wee, don't they? By being a little bit loud, a little bit wacky. You think, just calm down, short man.
And they try to pretend they're not small as well.
Yeah.
And also, but I think really small people are cool. You know, you get someone who's, someone who's very, very small.
The Time Bandits are cool.
Yeah.
The Oompa Loompas are cool.
They're cool.
But if you're a 5'4" gentleman, that ain't cool. Let's go to Catherine in the East Finchley. Hello, Catherine.
Hi.
Hey, Catherine, how are you?
I'm so good. Because I keep forgetting your phone's on it. Because you know, sorry, I've got anything to say.
Calm down. Wait, come on. Catherine, let's start again. Just ignore this. No one's listening. Everyone's gone to Radio 4. Okay. Okay, thanks very much for that, Ben. Let's go to Catherine in the East Finchley. Hello, Catherine.
Hi.
Hiya.
Hi. I'm so excited.
Why?
It's just like I'm talking to you for the first time on a new show.
It's exciting to say. Now, Catherine, what time is my new show?
It's 4 till 7.
And what's the show called? I want the correct title, please.
Iain Lee on Wireless, 4 till 7.
Iain Lee on Wireless, 4 till 7. We had a team of top radio boffins. Yep. They did not come up with Iain Lee on Wireless.
I've got an explanation for that.
Oh, well, this is what the show's called, Catherine, listen.
The 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
What's it called?
The Iain Lee 4 till 7 Wireless Show.
Right, here we go again.
The 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
The 3-hour... The 3-hour Iain Lee 4 till 7 Wireless Show.
No, Catherine, one more go.
The 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Catherine!
The 3-hour...
Yeah.
Iain Lee...
Almost.
3-hour Iain Lee 4 till 7 hour show.
4 till 7 hour show?
No.
It's the 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
That's what I meant.
Maybe we should come up with a catchier title. This may never work. Anyway, Catherine, what have you called in? What can I do for you?
It's about tall people.
Oh, tall or short?
Well, I'm tall.
Yeah.
For, like, my age.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11", nearly 6 foot.
And how old are you?
I'm 14.
Hey, wow, that is tall.
Yeah.
Do you get picked on? When I was young, when I was your age, I was probably about that tall.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to get picked on quite a bit.
No way.
Does no one bother with you? No one messes with you?
Well, I'm the tallest in the class.
Bring it on.
And everyone kind of looks up to me, as in seriously look up to me.
Yeah.
But, so everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're so tall, you keep growing, all that.
Yeah.
But it's just really cool being tall, because everyone kind of thinks you're scarier.
Yeah. But do you, so I'm guessing most boys are shorter than you?
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't find anyone who's like my height or taller.
Yeah.
How bad would it be having someone smaller than you?
It would be awful for a lady. And Catherine, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be pretty hard for the rest of your life.
Exactly. But I'm still growing, that's the annoying thing.
No. And there's nothing, they can't do anything now with science to stop you growing. There's no, like, drug or, like, you can't get a body harness that restricts your growth.
The thing is, like, when I'm out,
it's a shame.
like, older men look at me.
Yeah.
I'm an adult, I'm like, no.
No, get your hands off.
Exactly.
Catherine, listen, keep us informed on your growing status. Let us know what happens. It can only get worse. Catherine, thank you for that. Jason is in the Mill Hill. Hello, Jason.
Hi there, Ian. How you doing?
I'm fine, mate. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I can only really speak on behalf of men who are trying to find their lovely lady.
Oh, this is how you know if people fancy you or not?
Indeed.
Yeah, go on.
This is the 10-second test.
A 10-second test. This has got to be useful for everyone at home. If you're listening and you want to know if someone fancies you, 10-second test from Jason coming up.
Well, you simply count to 10 in your head.
Yeah.
And you look across, and basically, if they look at you in the 10 seconds, then you know you might be in there. and then you count another 10 seconds and see if it works again. And if they really like you, you might get, you know, up to 5 or 6 seconds. And, you know, it's a proven technique for me.
You say it's a proven technique. Do you have a partner at the moment?
I'm engaged.
Hey, man, well, how did that all go wrong? No, well, that's a good thing. Sorry, it's a good thing to be engaged. I must remember that. And this was through using your 10-second test?
Yeah, but with her, it probably took about 2 weeks.
Oh, really? You counted 2 weeks?
Well, it was a struggle, but I got there in the end.
Well, it's weird, isn't it, when you say it was a struggle getting my girlfriend. You're always going to be a bit dubious of that. Jason, thank you very much for that. You've got about 35 minutes if you want to give us a call and let us know. How do you know if someone fancies you? If you're a lady, can you tell us, gentlemen, what signs you give off if you fancy someone? And gentlemen, what signs do you give off? Because blokes go a little bit clumsy and a bit, yes, I like a pretty lady. It's Scarf Day tomorrow. Remind me to tell you about Scarf Day before we go off the air tonight. It's a very exciting special show we're doing tomorrow. Michelle is in the Hayes Common. Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
Hello, Michelle. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And you sound delightful.
Thank you. I'm phoning to stick up for my lovely husband, Darren.
Who is Darren? What the hell's Darren?
Darren is that 5'5" bloke that phones you up.
That poor wee fella.
He's gorgeous, every little bit of him.
Yeah, every little bit of him. Bless him. He's tiny, tiny. You want to look after him.
He's a big little bloke.
All right.
He's really stocky.
So he's. Oh no, he's not short and fat, is he?
No, he's not fat. He's
okay.
Stocky
means.
I'd say, anyway.
Stocky means fat. But you're about 5'1", are you?
I'm about 5'2".
Well, surely you'd rather have a 6'4" man, Michelle.
No, I wouldn't settle for anything.
Someone who can pick you up, carry you up the stairs, throw you on the bed.
Darren can do all of that.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can, and he's got size 9 feet too.
What? Well, that's just he looks like a clown then, doesn't he?
No, he's perfect.
I'm not sure. Michelle, have you been out with taller men?
No, I've always chosen.
Then how do you know that he's the best?
Because I know he is. We've been married for 12 years and he's fantastic.
Michelle, I suggest for your 13th anniversary, you fool around a bit with a taller guy, it might just work. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number for the last half an hour of the show. I tell you what, after this break, I shall tell you about the very special show we have got planned tomorrow. It's an LBC 97.3 exclusive.
The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
That's the name. It's not that difficult. Listen, tomorrow's show, we're having a special. It's something we're going to do every now and then. We're going to have special themed evenings, themed afternoons / evenings. And it's Scarf Show tomorrow, Scarf Day tomorrow. We can only accept calls, texts and emails from people that are wearing scarves. The whole crew, I believe is the radio term, tomorrow will be wearing scarves. So make sure when you're listening tomorrow at 4 o'clock, you're wearing your scarf. But now it's time for the latest LBC news.
Iain Lee.
Jamie's emailed in. I remember reading in a magazine. Now, I'm always suspicious of these things. Reading in a magazine that a lady fancies you if she fondles her wine glass while she talks. It's never worked for me yet. We're asking, how do you know if someone fancies you? A lot of people try to explain this 10-second eye contact rule thing as well. I'm not really sure. I've misread the signal so many times. And also, you know, I don't know. If you've got any tips for letting us know, for girls letting us men know when you fancy us, and vice versa, if we can help, 0870 9090 973. It's the last 25 minutes of the show. Nightly news with Sandy coming up at 7, and of course, after that, 8 o'clock, time to put on your slippers, get a nice cup of cocoa, and listen to Clive Bull. It's Clive Bull! Clive, you like him? Yes, you like him! Jessica's in the Docklands. Hello, Jessica.
Hello, Iain. How are you?
I'm very, very well. What can I do for you?
So I'm moving back with my mum and dad next week for 2 weeks.
Oh, why for 2 weeks? What's happening?
You know what? It's just a nightmare. Basically, my auntie and uncle are coming from overseas.
Yeah.
I live pretty close to my mum and dad, like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
My mum and dad thought it'd be a really nice idea if I donated my flat to my auntie and uncle.
Oh, yeah, hang on a second, that's not fair. Why did your mum and dad decide that for you?
Well, probably so that they can have some sort of time away from them as well.
Right.
Anyway, that's the scenario, and I've managed to get myself involved in it. I can't get out of it now.
May I ask how old you are, Jessica?
I'm coming up for 25. I haven't lived at home solidly for 6 years.
Oh, really?
Now,
the first time you do it after a long break, that's when it hurts the
I'm
most.
used to seeing my parents a lot. I mean, the situation is we all live up in Sheffield. I work down in London where I am now. So the good thing is that for 2 days out of the 2 weeks, each week, I can legitimately escape down here.
Nice one.
And if it gets really bad in the first week, the second week I might find myself unavoidably detained down here, you know what I'm saying?
I reckon by day 5, Jessica, you're going to be going mental.
Darren, my approach to it is going to be that I'm just going to...
Turn that music down, Jessica!
Exactly. No, it's not going to be that. I already know that 3 things are definitely going to be said to me next
Go on.
week.
What's it going to be?
Number 1, what do you mean you're going out? This is not the time to going out, this is the time to coming in.
Yeah.
Absolutely bound to be said, more than once. Number 2, does that mobile ever stop ringing? Why don't you turn the bloody thing off? Which in itself would be quite funny, because when your parents swear, which mine don't do very often, it is quite funny to hear your mum swear.
Oh, my mum's got a foul mouth. She swears all the time.
Well, mine hasn't.
Oh, right.
But she'll say that about the mobile phone.
Turn your mobile off? What nonsense. How can you survive?
Well, because they've both got mobiles, but I don't think I've ever called my mobile, my mum's mobile and it's been switched on.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, they don't know how to text or anything like that.
Brilliant.
Don't get me wrong, I love my parents dearly, but it is going to kill me.
Hey, listen, mums are the greatest. We love them, but they are potty.
Yeah.
And what's the third thing that's going to happen?
Well, the first thing that's going to happen is that she's going to take me up to my old bedroom, because to make it worse, it's the old family home.
Oh, no.
And she's going to put like a duvet on, and I'm going to have to say, oh, thanks, Mum. Thanks a lot. Thanks for making me sleep in this tiny room in a single bed.
Is your, because my bedroom at my mum's house, it's still pretty much the same as when I left at 19.
Exactly what you're going to say. She hasn't kept it as a shrine to me at all.
Oh.
I've got 2 older brothers. They've both got kids, so the grandkids come over. They've wrecked the place. I don't even want to think what they've done to
Oh, man.
But I'm going to be in there for 2 weeks. But my approach at the moment, because I hate falling out with my mum and dad. I don't know. I mean, when you fall out with your mum, don't you have to make up with her quite quickly?
Yeah, it always upsets me when I fall out with my mum.
I can't enjoy anything else on the house until I've picked up the phone and said, look, sorry.
Yeah.
You know. But what my approach at the moment is going to be to kind of do that thing where you just, they say whatever, and I just go...
Jessica, that doesn't work.
No, it does.
It does not work. You can't do that you can't for 2 weeks just ignore what they say. It's you can do that for 3, 4, maybe 5. The evening of the 5th day, you're gonna just turn around and go, Mum, shut up!
At the very least, probably. No, my approach is to go and kind of absorb my own words and just, it's only 2 weeks. Surely I can do
It's only 2 weeks. It's going to seem like 7 months. Jessica, when are you doing this?
It starts Monday.
Oh, man.
So I've only got to have 1 night there, and then I can bail out Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll be back Thursday.
When you finish, Jessica, in fact, during that fortnight, there's no chance...
I'll call you. I'll let you know.
Would you keep in touch and let us know?
If I've not been committed.
If it all kicks off, Jessica, I want you to give us a call and let us know what happens, and we'll definitely speak to you. Hopefully we'll speak to you in that 2 weeks. We will definitely speak to you at the end of the 2 weeks and find out. We've got a living experiment going on this show. Hang on a minute, let me play this.
And now...
Oh, no, hang on, it's the wrong one.
And that was an LBC 97.3 exclusive.
Very smooth, Ian. Thank you, Ian. Well done. Dawn and Joanna in the Kentish town. Hello.
Hello.
Who's...
Oh, my God, am I?
Yeah, so am I.
Hi, you wanted to...
Who are you?
Who I am. I'm your book correspondent. Anyway, basically, what we were calling up about was...
Dawn and Joanna, just 1 second. Listeners who've just tuned in, this is what the weekend show was like all the flipping time. Okay, carry on.
I'm your book correspondent. Can I make a correspondent update?
Oh, hang on a second. I need to get the...
music.
Are you ready?
Yeah. The book, Zoe Falls Around, isn't very good. She lent it to me. It's not very good. Let's listen to the update.
Oh, man, I love these... By the way, all the correspondents that are listening have emailed me. We are keeping the correspondence going, so don't panic.
I'm a correspondent.
No. What do you want?
Hello?
Hello, why have you called in?
Yeah. We're friends with Catherine from East Finchley. Remember her?
Nope.
You phoned in.
Nope.
Saying she was tall.
Oh, Catherine, yes, I know. Tall Catherine, yes.
She's jealous because you didn't get to become a correspondent, that's why.
Oh, well, there's a lot of jealousy amongst people about this whole correspondent thing.
Exactly.
Now,
I got... yeah.
Okay, now you could have had this conversation with her without using the radio as the medium. What do you want?
Pardon?
Oh, my God. Have you been drinking those Alco Pops again?
I don't think so. We're 14.
Yeah, I know exactly. This is the worry. I've been reading the Daily Mail. I know what happens.
Well, we've just been to Camden, so
Wicked.
I can't really say anything.
Anything you want to say before we really upset everybody else?
Oh, yeah, medium-height people. We don't get noticed because you get tall people, freakishly tall people, and you get really, really short people, and everyone just ignores medium-sized people, which isn't very fair.
No one ignores medium-sized people. Let's go to Vatsal in the Harrow. Hello, Vatsal.
Hi, Ian.
Hey, mate, how's it going? You all right?
Oh, yeah. You?
I'm very, very well. Do you notice I've been to your website?
Oh, yeah.
I left them at e-vibes.tk. This is That's Al, my official web correspondent, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the correct title. That's Al, do you have an update for me?
Oh, yeah, update. And another thing, your fans can rate if they like your new times. Did you see that?
There's a vote, yes. I noticed that so far it's 83% don't like the new times, 17%, that was me, did like the new times. So that was 6 people, it's not looking good. But that's all, here's the music.
Hello, London, this is Iain Lee's official web correspondent. You can vote now as an Iain Lee fan that you like his old timings or not, and a great new website. Thank you.
His website, if you want to go and vote, is e-vibes.tk. Listen, if you don't understand the correspondent thing, it will become clear. I don't want to go into a big, lengthy explanation. It'll become clear over the coming weeks. If you want to know who is a correspondent, then go to the LBC website, go to my page. There's a whole list of them there. It's an excellent idea. So good that James O'Brien has tried to steal it. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. It's the last few minutes of the show. Let me do some of these texts. I'll do another call after the news, but they get them racked up. Ian, I've known a woman who bought Evian water for her dog to drink. The dog is there every day and doesn't mind being seen in the street with her. What? Ian, this is from Anne in Sidcup. I'm 37 and my mum sends me pocket money through the post and rings when it's been raining to see if I've got wet. Maybe it's because I'm only 5 foot. That's lovely. Ian, tall men are not romantic, they are lazy and they may be strong, but sex matter, they rubbish all. Don't know what that means, but thank you for that anyway. My brother Karam, aged 39, was living with our mum, and 2 months ago she would always hassle over what he used to wear. Ian, on the subject of tall people, I'm 14 and I'm 6'2". Oh man, I don't get being bullied, and I love being tall, says Chris in London. If you love it when you're 14, Chris, it gets much better when you get older, I tell you that. Short men are not more sexy, they are just more short. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Some of these texts don't necessarily resolve anything. Ian, I live with my mum. I'm 35. It's great. From S in Croydon. Listen, give us a call last minute of the show. Don't forget, tomorrow we're having a scarf special. We can only accept phone calls, texts and emails from people who are wearing scarves. It's as simple as that. We'll take photos of us so you know that we've actually done it. Last 15 minutes of the show. It's 6:43 and 30 seconds exactly.
Iain Lee.
We're getting the texts in. We're getting a big thumbs up for the scarf special we're having. You've got to all be wearing scarves tomorrow. Hucknall the dog is going to be wearing a scarf, so excellent work there, Hucknall. Thank you very much for that. We will only be taking calls, texts and emails tomorrow from people that are wearing scarves. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number, but you want to win £5,000, don't you? Well, you can, starting from this coming Monday, the 10th of October. All you got to do is play the 5 Names for £5,000 Mystery Londoners competition, exclusive to London's LBC 97.3. It's dead simple. You hear 5 voices saying LBC 97.3, and if you can identify who they are, £5,000. It's as easy as that. I think Steve Allen is going to play the first set of voices at 6 o'clock, or around about 6 o'clock on his show on Monday. Then Nick Ferrari will give you the first opportunity to win the cash. Anne is in the Maidenhead. Hello, Anne.
Good evening, Ian. How are you?
I'm very well, Anne. And how are you this evening?
All the best for talking to you, Ian.
God bless you.
I hear you're a big strapping lad.
I'm 6'4". I wouldn't necessarily I'm strapping, though. I'm a little bit of a beanpole, let's be honest.
Okay, well, you're the opposite to the guy I work for.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Is it what? He's short and fat?
No, he's very short.
He's what?
I'm taller than him, and he's very short.
Oh, really? Well, and it must be. He's your boss.
Yeah.
How can you respect someone who's tiny?
Well, you don't.
Exactly. There you go. That's my point.
You see, I think that small men suffer with small man syndrome. Have you heard of this?
This is what we've been discussing, yeah. They feel, because they're so tiny, they have to kind of overcompensate for their lack in their heightage. So they're a little bit loud, a little bit wacky, a little bit obnoxious, and they all wear, like, Tasmanian devil ties, bless you, and Simpson socks and things like that.
Yeah, but they're also quite cocky, aren't they, as well?
Yeah.
They're sort of very full of...
So I've heard, yes. We had
and they have little hands and little feet.
Oh, bless them.
No, I did suggest to my boss when he was looking for shoes that he went to the Clark's children's section, and he didn't think it was funny at all. And I said to him, it would be quite funny because every time he stamped his feet, the heel of his shoe would flash red.
It would light up.
Kid shoes.
And also, you haven't got to pay VAT. And may I ask how tall you are?
5'4".
Oh, 5'4". He's shorter than that.
I don't wear heels to work anymore.
That's physically impossible. He must be. Is he a time bandit? Wow, what is this?
Well, he's short, isn't he?
He's a wee man.
Nasty.
He's a wee man.
He is.
And anything else before we move on?
Well, yes, I just wanted to tell you, I was not one of those sad people who lived with my parents forever. I did move out, but I did have occasion to go back.
Yeah.
And it's a big, big mistake.
How old were you when you went back?
33.
Yeah, it's hard work, isn't it?
Well, it was only, Ian, on the basis that I was in between selling a flat and buying something, and my mum offered to sort of put me up.
Very kind of her, no reason
which
for her
was
not.
lovely, and I thought that'd be great. But she took to waiting up for me.
She took what?
She started waiting up in the evening when I went out.
Why?
Because she wanted to know what time I was coming home and who I'd been with.
So when you came back at 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk after some mad fumble in a car, she was sitting there waiting for you?
Well, she was sitting there knitting and waiting.
Oh, my God, that's terrifying.
And the other thing she did, which is something I'd missed, obviously, having lived away for like 13 years, is all my washing started going pink again.
Oh, that's what mums do. Mums, you know, they teach you a lot. They don't know how to separate the colours. I've learned that myself. Thank you very much, Anne. Ian, women lick their bottom lip and twirl their hair when they fancy you. Either that or they're just uncomfortable. To Stephen Billericay. What's this one? Ian, I'm very short, just 5 foot. But I'm a bit funny. This is from Natasha, it's a lady. Because even though I'm short, I hate short men. I don't date anyone under 5'10", and I think all short men suffer from what I call little man syndrome. Here we go, it's another one. They all feel they have to prove that they're real men, and I hate it, says Natasha on the M25. And Sarah says... Oh, Sarah in Farnham again. If mad women fancy short men, do they play with their ankles instead of their hair to show they're interested? My fella is 6'2" and gorgeous. I would never go with a short man. I think we've proved that not many people like the short men. Shelley's in the Reading. Hello, Shelley.
Hiya, how are you?
I'm all right, although I've really muffed up the air conditioning in here. It was so cold, I was shaking. I've whacked it up a little bit, now I'm sweating and the window's steaming up.
Excellent.
Thanks. What can I do for you? She wasn't listening. What can I do for you, Shelley?
Well, I was just ringing up to say that I've got 3 uncles who are all in their 50s and they still live with my nan.
3? Hey, well, it's all right. 3 uncles? On your mum or your dad's side?
My mum. My mum's brothers all live with their mum.
And they're in their 50s. They live with their mum?
They do.
How sad is that?
I know, it's really sad, isn't it?
And how can you respect these uncles?
Well, they're very nice people.
And what does your gran do for them? Does she do pretty much everything?
Well, no, she's disabled now, so they do a lot for her.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of okay, but still, 3 of them though.
I know, all of them. And they're really lazy as well, I've got to say that. Other than one of them.
Oh, so there's one that's quite good, the rest are a little bit lazy. Just moving on, because we're getting to the end of the show. Nikki's in the Ashford. Hello, Nikki.
Hi, it's Nike, actually.
Oh, Nike, I do apologise. No, I hate that. Well, as in the goddess?
Yes.
Lovely, see? Nike, what can I do for you?
Right, for starters, I'm 4'11".
Oh, dear.
Well, actually, I'm lying, I'm only 4'9".
Oh, no, there we go. And bless you for admitting it. Because so many of these men that phoned in, I'm 5'4.5", well, it means you're 5'2". That's what you're saying.
No, normally they're 5'1" when they're saying that. They normally had about 3 inches, usually.
Well, that's what I've heard. So, but you're 4'9" now. Oh, yeah. How do you cope with that? Do men find it kind of sexy?
I don't have a problem. Everybody else seems to have a problem with it more than me.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, I've got a couple of friends that are over 6 foot. I'm talking women here, that are over 6 foot.
That's too tall in a woman.
And
That's
I've got
silly.
a couple of women that are sort of about the same height as me.
Yeah.
And it does look quite funny when we go out.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a sort of teacher's outing.
Are you courting? Are you courting at the moment?
No, not at the moment.
What kind of height men do you go for?
Now this is weird because most of the women in our family are quite short. They're sort of anywhere between sort of 4'11" and sort of 5'4".
Yeah.
Most of the guys that are sort of married into the family, and the ones that are bred into the family, tend to be sort of 6 foot plus.
Wow.
Which is quite strange, but there you go.
So you like a tall man, as I said before, who can carry you up the stairs, throw you on the bed, and make love to you in the way that only a man over 6 foot can.
Oh, absolutely.
Nike, listen, it's a pleasure to talk to you. We've got to move on. The windows are steamed up. This is terrible. I do apologise. I will work out the best setting for the aircon. Look at the state of those windows. Unprecedented behaviour. Ah, dear. Let me do some more of these. I don't know, emails. Where have I put those? Here we go. Do some of these. You can email me. Iain, IAIN, @lbc.co.uk. Iain, a sign that a girl likes you is that they laugh at whatever rubbish joke you tell them. Nick in Surrey. That's why I don't get many girls liking me. Iain, I'm a short girl. This is from Michelle. But tall men are definitely sexier. How bad is it to go out with a man who's shorter than you? But please stop being so heightist, Iain. There's nothing actually wrong with short people. Well, you've just said, Michelle, that there is. That you wouldn't go out with a short man. Gemma says, my boss is short, about 5'3". I have no respect. You can't respect a short man, I don't think. Iain, I'm sure you just lost a girlfriend or a parking space with a shorter bloke. That's why you're now trying to get back at him by slagging off short blokes on the radio. You're the one that has issues and a complex. Go back to the early AM show. That's where you belong. You've got absolutely nothing to contribute to broadcasting. Absolutely nothing. Says Paul, who I'm guessing is under 5'5". From the anger and the vitriol in that email, I'm surprised he can reach the keyboard, bless him. Oh, well, earlier on we had Gunter, our South African chap looking for love, and we've had a lot of people suggesting that short men have big... Gunter is lying, says Karen in High Wycombe. Shorter men are not longer in that area. It just looks longer because they're so short. If you put it on a tall guy, it would look positively tiny. Well, there you go. From Karen in High Wycombe, who's 5 foot and won't date any guys under 5'8". Ruth says, Iain, short men are cool. Richard Hammond is hot. He's the fella from the Top Gear, isn't he? A very nice fella. He looks like an owl, doesn't he? A tiny little owl. Loads of women like him. I don't know why. Melissa says, Iain, I'm a member of the Short People League. I'm 5'2". Oh, well, there you go. That's a good height for a girl. 5'2". We like that. It's a good height. Iain, are you that bloke out of 2 pints of lager? No, that's Ralph Little. Now get stuffed. Really tall people are just as ridiculous as really short people. I'm 5'6"-ish. Yeah, it means you're 5'4". We know that. Is there time to squeeze in one more? Let's do one more very quick text. Iain, I'm 5'7", as is my sister, and we can never seem to find guys who are taller than us. Where are they? Are people only giving birth to short men? There are tall people out there. You've just got to look for them. Listen, that has been the end of this show this evening. Tomorrow is Scarf Special, where you must be wearing a scarf if you want to take part. If you're not wearing a scarf, I'm afraid your name is not on the list. Stick around. Coming up in a couple of minutes, it's Sandy Wall with the nightly news. And at 8 o'clock till midnight, it's the man we all salute and call Grandpa Phil Collins. It's Clive Ball. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, 4 till 7.
This show is completely transparent. If Iain Lee offers you advice, don't take it. If Iain Lee offends you, he didn't mean it. If Iain Lee is in any way professional, it's a one-off. The show is regulated by the boss.